What up? What up? All right, I'm getting everybody in here right now. Chloe's. Hey, Mr. Anderson. You actually may have been first. What a treat. 2 nights in a row. What's cracking, Steve? He was. I tried, though. Yoda. Yogi. Y'all having fun out there? Coming? Yeah, send me an email, man. We got a treat tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Well, judging by our analytics, mostly gentlemen, but we do have a special treat. As some of you know, we have DH. What's cracking? Welcome back, DH. We missed you. So, as some of you may know, we have an individual that's part of our community, that part of our viewership, that makes blades, knives. They do metal work, all that stuff, right? What's up, Chico? What's up, Blue Sticks? And I did. No, I'm sorry. I did not actually have a conversation with him, but that's another conversation for another day. The best way for me to describe it is, like I said yesterday, he's okay, and he's not okay, but he's like okay. Black pill's no joke, man, especially when you're going through something like that. All right, another topic. I'm glad to see you too, man. I got a blue stick right here for you, man. Oh no, that's a tampon. I have a blue chem light somewhere around here. No, so this is going to be a super dope episode. We have Metal Matt coming on here. So Metal Matt is one of our viewers, and he makes knives, metalwork, all that stuff. Literally forges shit out of chunks of freaking steel. And we were talking, and we were like, no one has seen what you've made for the channel yet. And oh, damn, I should get the pictures and screen share. Crack it at 50. Yeah, I may be willing to do that. I got to get another box though, man. The Mariglows are like $20, and I'm like, yeah. Hold on. Okay, yeah, he's knocking an issue out right now. What up, John Rice? Oh yeah. So basically, what we're going to cover. This is actually pretty dope. We're going to cover. Thanks, man. I'll crack it when I see fit. Yeah. So, oh yeah, that's right. If you guys are tracking him on Instagram, then you're definitely able to see the blade work that he's doing. I mean, to see literally a chunk. Oh, hold on. There we go. Sorry, man. All y'all hit me up while I'm streaming. I promise. As soon as it's done, I'll take a look. Unless if we go for like 2.5, 3 hours, I just crash. I just pass out. Um, so a lot of the stuff that if you're tracking, that you'll see a lot of the work that he's done. Like he'll take a literal chunk of fucking steel and turn that bit bacon. Thank you, brother. Literally, like within the first few minutes. Super chat 223. Man, WSP has their work cut out for them on the I-5. I'm going to guess that that's someone state police and the I-5 is a highway. Is that what you're referring to? DH, you shouldn't have sent those things to me. And I shouldn't have responded in that manner. And for that, I apologize. Some things you can't control. Some things you can. My apologies. Anyway, so as soon as Metal Matt gets in here, so we're gonna share his IG. We're gonna share his Instagram, and he's also gonna be. What's up, Joe? Handsome Joe, ladies and gentlemen. Bro, you should actually change your YouTube moniker thing to Handsome Joe, because that just sticks. Which is odd, because you're not that handsome. I'm just playing. Okay, fine. I won't apologize. No, I've not had a conversation with him. I am almost certain his phone is in a lead box. And all we can do is, love him, care for him, let him know that we are here for him, and that's it. Yeah. So, okay. So when Metal Matt gets on, we're going to go into a lot of the things that he's doing. Ooh, the jackal. All right, y'all. You ready? Boom. What's up?
Hey man, how you doing? Sorry about that.
I am excellent, man. No need to apologize at all. We already got a super chat in 223.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, man. Look at that. So I was giving them kind of an introduction, letting them know a little bit about what you do. And yeah, man, you've been a fan, of Dugan in the past, and been a viewer of the channel for a while. You and I have been talking for a hot minute too. So
Yeah.
let's see here. Sorry. Yeah, Zalpov, I'll throw some stuff in the Discord about it, just so you guys kind of know. Can we talk about putting a phone in a lead box? Yeah, it stops working, because when I called it, it went doom 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 doom. Sorry, the caller, you are. So that works apparently. Okay, so let's go ahead and welcome the Jackal, who I put in the title here, Metal Matt.
Thanks, man. That's
tell me,
awesome.
man. Yeah, dude, this has been it's been a blast talking to you the last month or so. Something
Oh
like
yeah,
that.
likewise. Like having something to do and like be focused on right now is awesome.
Hell yeah, awesome, man. So, where did you first find us or Dugan, or tell me your pathway to finding Darklight Dugan?
Let's see. So I think I first heard about Dugan on a primary secondary modcast. And from there, because I've like never been like on the internet much or like any sort of good with computers. So so I missed the whole CarnCon thing when it came out. So
Okay.
I went back, like trying to look at it, and then I found that the archive, and I would just like watch that on repeat for
Hell yeah.
for hours.
It's
You know,
good shit, man.
it
Especially
really is.
for the time period it was in. Like, people go back now in 2020, like people that found us that have gone back and they're like, "Whoa, this is so great." And I'm like, dude, that CarnCon was so far ahead of its time,
Oh yeah, Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah.
It's amazing how on point, like all the humor, all the little things too, all the little extras in there.
Yeah. Yeah. You gotta love it. Um, yeah. So then, how'd you come across our page?
Yeah. So um, yeah, back to the modcast though. Like, so I heard Dugan actually like talk, like not through Karnacom, and I was
Yeah.
like, holy crap, this guy is like he gets it. He's like switched on. He really knows what's going on.
Hell yeah.
And like everybody else was kind of like, you know, reminiscing about the Karnacon, like the goofy days, but he kept like stressing the stuff that he's talking about now. And
Yeah.
it was just like, all right, I gotta look into this guy. I gotta see what I've missed from him. So so I keep typing in like Dugan Ashley, Karnacon, like what happened to him, what, you know, trying to
Yeah.
like figure it out for myself because I had no idea in real time what was going on. Um, So yeah, so I guess the algorithm or whatever just picked up that I'm like, I want to know about Duke and Ashley. So
Yeah.
eventually, that the cast with your stream with James Reed popped up in my like recommended. I was like, what is this?
No
Like
shit.
Dark Light Dugan, Dugan Ashley? I'm gonna watch this.
So hold on.
Like,
So that was actually in your recommended videos on YouTube?
yep.
Wow. Okay, we're making it, guys. It's all your comments. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
that stuff really pays off.
Yeah,
Like,
liking, comment, sharing. I always make a joke, like, even if you share, like, click share, copy, and, like, send it yourself, like, all that
oh
stuff
yeah,
makes a difference.
yeah.
If you cast it onto a TV, then, like, the algo picks that up too. It's crazy, man. All this stuff is
Oh,
nuts. Yeah.
yeah, it's crazy. Nowadays, it's all over my head. So I like to
Me
work
too.
with my hands.
I'm literally taking information that is unchecked from other YouTubers, and I'm like, all right, let's do it. But I mean, it's been working so far. Um, so yeah, so you found us through kind of organically through a recommended video, saw Dugan, and here you are.
Yeah, and saw, you know, I watched, you know, the whole thing, thinking it was just going to be because James Reeves is pretty goofy himself. I was
Yeah,
like, oh, this is probably just going to be like a joke around thing, and you know, it was, but it wasn't at the same time because that's kind of what you guys do, and I like
yeah,
that.
we are a little unique, that's for sure.
Yeah, yeah,
Um,
you gotta approach it from a different angle.
Yeah, and I think that that's one of the things that we've had a pretty substantial amount of growth in like a 60-day period, and
Mm,
I think a lot of it is because we're different. We're not like doing Glock 19 reviews and shit like that.
right.
It's just a totally different focus on the channel, and it's I mean there's trust me, there's a big gap of like shit that we wish that we could do more frequently, like actual how to like how to things on you know independence, how to um, just anything like how to make a still, how to like you were talking about planting trees, like
Yeah,
foraging, building shelters in the wilderness, like all
yeah,
this
like
stuff. But so
making things.
that's an element we don't get to do. I think a lot of it is because we're all busy as shit. We all got full-time jobs. We all got kids. We all got, all that crazy stuff. So by the time like I literally like lay my daughter down to sleep and then run downstairs to the computer. So, but
Yeah,
anyway,
for
yeah.
sure. And but that's where the effort should go, right? The effort should go to family. The
Yeah.
effort shouldn't be into spending all of your waking hours producing Instagram content and like polished YouTube videos and like,
Yeah. It
you
should
know,
be this
yeah,
guys in fucking like I'm in my gun room. It's little like
in like
basically
a nice sterile corner of my room.
yeah,
No
and the egg
firearms, no
people talk shit
flaggables.
about it. They're like, oh, man, their quality is terrible, and like, oh, like, just whatever, like bullshit. Like, we don't. It's not about that. It's about the
Yeah.
message, the information, and the conversation. Like our stream last night. You know how many people hit me up last night? Like, dude, thank
That
you
was
for having
hilarious.
that conversation of the black pill. Like, I've been carrying,
For real.
yeah. So that's
And
that's that's rewarding.
you
So
know, in that polished world that we're all like used to seeing, you know, it's so easy to be like, oh, I'm not perfect. The world sucks.
yeah,
Fuck it.
yeah, absolutely. We are tricked by this bullshit, like this veil of perfection, and we're yeah. So, but I actually have a good since we're talking about metal work and stuff.
For
Um,
sure.
on the black pill kind of idea. There's a movie. It's called A Bag of Hammers. You ever heard about it?
That sounds familiar.
Yeah, it's like a super. It's like a total B movie, right? Like it's.
Yeah,
I would not
I
be
like those.
surprised if. Yeah, I know those are the best ones, right? I would not be surprised if like no one in chat has ever heard of it.
Mhm.
But basically, the movie is called A Bag of Hammers, and it's they don't say this directly, but what I took away from it was that every single person on this planet was born with a bag of hammers, and they're tasked to walk around through life with that bag of hammers. And most people will lug it around. They will push themselves. They'll stress. They'll, just conform to it, and they'll find a way to drag around this bag of hammers, and it weighs them down. It kills them. They die early, or they
Yeah,
stop moving. They give up.
right. They get too
Or,
tired.
yeah, or you have the option of, as you go through life, handing out the hammers to other people, teaching them how to build, lightening your load, contributing to others. And I thought that was like a really cool kind of low key, um,
I like that.
you know, kind of thing. Yeah. So, but anyway, back to you. So, sorry, where did we leave off?
Ah, who knows?
So you kind of
Yeah,
jumped in at the opportunity to get involved with a giveaway that we're doing.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
So tell me about that.
Um, well, I mean, you asked, I offered, and you didn't say like, oh no, you're not somebody, fuck off. So I was like, oh, sweet, I'll make this knife.
Yeah, dude.
And then, then it kind of turned into, making two knives because I couldn't figure out which one to actually give you. And then it turned into three, and it's kind of rolled in from there.
Yeah. Now it's 4 and a
Yeah,
battle axe. And
battle axe and a couple more, a couple
yeah.
more in the works there.
Oh, dude, you should name one of those choppers the pine cone.
Oh yeah, 100%.
That'd be dope.
Pine cone toothpick.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Hell yeah. That'd be awesome. Um, okay, so and I definitely want to show like, you know, some of the work if you're comfortable with that later on,
Yeah, sure, man, definitely.
or
Yeah. I'd
whenever.
love
Like,
I'd love to give the guys like a sneak peek at what's actually in there. So
hell yeah, dude, that would be awesome. Um, but how did you get into this? Like, I want to hear your story.
well, like forging or like giving
Yeah,
shit.
forging. Well, I guess both. Let's
uh,
say forging, but I mean,
yeah.
whatever
Stay
you're
focused,
willing to
right?
share about yourself too. Like, don't
For sure.
I don't want to put you on the spot, but whatever you want.
So I don't know. I've always been interested in metalwork, arms and armor, like shiny jewelry stuff. Also, so I don't know, but I kind of grew up in like a household that wasn't really big on like I don't know, like non-violence. You know what I mean? Like we didn't even get to do karate. Like karate was too like
Okay. Yeah.
hands-on, right? So like I
Yeah.
didn't get like they definitely didn't want me like making weapons to like
Yeah.
run around the neighborhood and like assault people with.
So as a result
So
of that, you became weapon obsessed.
exactly, yeah. So I just like spend like all the time in school, filling notebooks with like you know, different guns or different knives or different swords and like armor and like,
Yeah.
crazy, crazy, crazy battle scene shit. And it's like, well, there's the you got to go to the office again, weirdo.
Yeah.
But yeah. So it pretty much stayed on the back burner for like a long time while I tried to get like my, you know, get my normie life on after being like pretty much a shitheel. So, but we can go into that more later. Um, so yeah, I focused more on like not what I wanted to do, but like more what was, get into the machine, do what you're supposed to do, shut up
Yeah.
and lie.
Like
So
the life that's like that we're kind of programmed to, right?
exactly, yeah, yeah. So that never really worked out. I you know had a little demolition company with my dad, which is funny that you said Metal Mat. The name of the company was uh, Symphony of Destruction. That old Megadeth song was the name of the company.
Yeah.
So,
I actually grew
but
up, just putting
anyway,
this out there. I
oh
grew up,
yeah,
and it's so funny that you say this. I grew up in a religious household that was totally nonviolent. We had one gun, and it was only because we were so broke. My dad, didn't want to get rid of it, right? Like,
right.
because he shot a deer with it before.
Hey,
Completely
can provide.
violent. Yeah, they didn't want me into guns and knives and anything, and the same thing as a result became weapon obsessed, but not more so about the weapon or damage or
Mm,
anything like that. It was just like I was always fascinated by how it could be built and how it worked. Like what were the internal, like what does the inside look like, and then
yeah, like what
so
makes it so special?
yeah, yeah. So it's kind of similar. And then of course I grew up on, Megadeth, Iron Maiden, Pantera, all that shit. And I
Yeah,
got like Living Eddie, like, on yeah. So yeah. Sorry.
100%. No, it's cool. It's all good, man. Yeah. So eventually, I just came to the point where I was like, I don't care if I'm rich. I don't want to be I don't want to be famous or rich. I just want to do what I want to do.
Yeah.
Like, so I started doing it. Um, Learned the hard way for a lot of it, mostly on doing cold forging, which is a good way to start, but it's hard. Um, so then I got a little bit of like instruction, a little bit of tutelage from some master smiths, and switched to propane, which is not really so much so do it yourself, but it's easier to control. It's easier to learn on because you're not going to burn the steel.
Hmm.
Um, so it's easier to control the temperature. You get a lot more work time for the heat time as well because you can
Okay.
heat the entirety of the work if you have the forge for it.
Yeah.
Um,
So when I think of like cold forging, I think of like the way that they cold forge
or
very
cold.
oh coal. Okay.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Oh, no, you're good. So coal. So gotcha. So you went from coal, like charcoal, to
Yeah,
propane.
yeah,
Gotcha. Okay. I was gonna say, damn, it seems like cold would be the most difficult.
yeah. You need some machines for that.
Yeah, like serious pressure. Like,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah. Okay,
big
cool.
hammers, big presses,
Yeah, yeah, for
big
real.
forges.
Yeah. Okay, so what kind of things did you start making? Like, so what, like some of your failed projects and things like that. That's what I want to hear. The good
Oh,
stuff.
maybe I'll go get the bucket in a little while, and I'll I'll show you some
Oh yeah,
because the road to making a knife is filled with knives that go into the bucket of shame.
hell yeah. I've done the same thing with a lot of firearm builds. I'm like,
Yeah,
this one's getting sold. you know?
homie, I have a Poly 80 AR that I built, and like I lost one of the pieces, so it's held together like what is it? I think it's one of like the buffer detent or something weird and
Mhm.
small that I just like jammed a Q-tip uh, shaft in there, and it was like it'll
Yeah.
fall out eventually, but nah, whatever.
Damn. Well, I mean, you can't. I've seen people do some crazy shit because ARs are just like they're just like puzzle pieces. You know, you could. I I I got a buddy that broke the tip of my punch. Oh, now I got to show you.
Uh,
Hold on. It's my favorite cheap Walmart punch too.
mm,
Notice how the rest of that punch is
mm.
gone. He broke that off inside the um, what do you call it? The fucking bolt release. The bolt release.
Oh, for sure.
And it's sitting in there as a roll pin, basically, holding
Nice.
in a bolt release.
Yeah.
I'm like, what happened to
Oh
my?
shit. Yeah, that's actually where the Q-tip is on mine too.
Oh,
Yeah.
is it really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, this should be longer. No, that's
Yeah.
what's up,
It's
man.
a
You
bolt
can,
release. Yeah, it's a little paddle.
but you know what? People that can do shit like that, like take a Q-tip and take a punch and turn it into a. Even though I wasn't too pleased about that, like that's shit that you may have to do during the boog, bro. You know?
Hey man, it's hard to beat. Hard to beat a man that'll shove some Q-tips in his rifle.
Hell yeah, hell yeah, yep. Okay, so sorry, I keep getting you off track, man.
Nah, it's cool. It's good.
I
It's
get
good. I
intrigued.
like it.
Nice. So, okay, so you started kind of doing like knives and shit like that.
Yeah. Yeah. So I started doing like just kind of like free form stuff. Not really planning anything out, just being like seeing something in my head and being like, okay, go. Try to grab a piece of metal and go. So I worked with like rebar, old spring stock,
Oh yeah,
um, like lots of just like scrap metal, you know, because
yeah,
you can if it throws off those like compound sparks where like each spark throws off another series of sparks and then that has like another series of sparks, like that's high carbon steel. You can you can heat treat that and that'll hold an edge. So even if you don't know what it is, you can still practice making shit.
damn, really?
Yeah. And like tons of the stuff in my bucket is just like horribly heat treated. And
Oh,
but you know,
the
uh,
pictures you sent with like like the grains and stuff like that.
yeah. Yeah. I mean you don't it's hard to really learn by just like seeing other people do it. At least for me. Like I like to experience things. I like to
Yeah,
get my hands dirty and like see for myself why it doesn't work.
yeah.
So I did a lot of that.
Hold on, let me see. Someone said apparently you look
Oh yeah,
like
I can't
Jake
see the chat.
Gyllenhaal. Oh, so
What is it?
if you click it'll say either chat. I don't think it says comments. I think it says chat, and then you can toggle between private chat and
Oh
chat.
wow.
So you'll be able to
I didn't
see.
even see that.
Yeah, so Blue Stick says you look like Jake Gyllenhaal. Um,
Oh, thanks. He's a movie star, right?
yeah, right.
Thank you.
I'll tell you what though, in the Boog, I'll take someone that can forge metal over a movie star every day. You know. Growing up, there was an old German couple down the street that built handmade watches. The guy would find broken truck springs in the road and could tell how good the steel was by touch. Damn.
Wow, that's awesome.
You see this, sub fellas? I missed you guys. Is this Jake Gyllenhaal? Damn, apparently a bunch of
Apparently it
people.
is.
What about
Damn.
railroad spikes?
Ooh, what about railroad spikes? Yeah, totally.
So
They're
they're
great. Um, I don't know exactly what they are. I do have a book. You can get books that like have all of like the kinds of steel where people actually like go through and like be like railroad spike is this, like leaf spring from this year is this. Like it's nuts.
wow,
Like the actual like uh I don't know, cataloging and science of steel. It's insane.
dude, that's awesome. I didn't realize how well it
Oh, I can
seems
see him now.
simple,
Fine.
but steel is actually rather like complex, even though there's a level of like simplicity to it.
Oh yeah, I mean you can make it do pretty much whatever you want based on the heat treat. I mean, like you can make a knife that'll be a good pry bar. You just have to heat the edge and quench that, and then temper the rest of the blade and the whole knife to like a nice blue, bright blue hue.
Make
I
it
mean,
thick as shit, I imagine.
oh yeah,
Yeah. Someone's asking what's up with the comment. Apparently, we have people that are saying that we are all federal agents and that
oh well that's
we,
good.
yeah, quick detour, sorry. Um,
That's good, good. I
apparently,
just figured out the chat, so
yeah, so apparently we're all federal agents. We caught Dugan doing something illegal, so we're holding him against his will, making him do streams, which is interesting because he doesn't do very many streams for someone that's being held against his will. And
we
that,
got to get the prods back in there.
yeah, I know, man. Gotta send him. I gotta give him a little visit. And what else was it? Oh, and that we're blackmailing CRS,
Oh
and
nice.
we're making them make arrests, and just don't feed the trolls, guys. That's all I'm saying. I mean, no matter what, you're always going to have like trolls under the bridge. Just you know,
Oh yeah, waiting to gobble you up.
hashtag free Doug. Yeah, and they're saying that basically his rants, literally, like it's in the comments.
Free Doug. Oh my god.
Hashtag free Doug. Yeah, on YouTube, everyone is a Fed, right? I thought that was a rule. Um, yeah, apparently they're saying that the reason why Dugan had a complete breakdown is because he needs to make a certain amount of arrests for him. Like you you can't make this shit up. Well, I mean, you can clearly.
Apparently you can, but it takes some effort.
Yeah, no, I mean it's funny because it should be addressed. So SDGSDHAA, it is so ridiculously detailed that you like we brought it up a couple streams ago. I think we've actually brought it up for um, a couple streams, but it's so ridiculous that it almost sounds like it's just nuts. We should actually do like a hashtag free Doug like shirt or some shit. Um, Dugan Ashley's got to go. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we would get this shit makes it more fun. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we would like. Someone said on the Discord said like, oh, that stream is a honeypot. Like, so what are we attracting people to?
Right.
Dark
Yeah,
force
honeypot people have to have sex and stuff. Like that's kind of
dark
a
force
requirement.
internet gunpoint to be on the streams multiple times. Oh my god,
Yeah.
sorry. Oh man, yeah, this is crazy. But anyway, sorry, I keep getting distracted by the comments now. Dugan didn't want to be the internet. Oh, the
No, this is all
internet
part of it.
monkey. You can't blame him for that. He's hilarious, but yeah, shouldn't force that kind of thing. No, yeah, for sure. Yeah, Dugan is good. He's just having a tough time, guys. Like, show him some love, but also like give him some space. That's all. That's all I could ask. Need a beekeeper on to make it official. Is a beekeeper like a federal agent thing, or
Or are you guys like actually talking about
oh
beekeeping? Because that would be awesome.
oh like a beekeeping like for homesteading? That would be sick.
Like
That
yeah,
would,
because
that
I
would
don't
be
know.
yeah. I don't know any beekeepers, but I'll check with my station chief, and I'll check see if we have any beekeeping equipment in the evidence locker, and I'll get back to you guys.
Oh, apparently Blue Sticks is a beekeeper. And Blue Sticks, I think you asked before, right? My favorite kind of metal to work. Right now it's 80 CRV2, but I'm trying to learn the heat treat for W2 right now.
And is that's a pretty popular knife steel for like like I see, like what is it? Like Kershaw uses like 8 CR or something MOV. Is that similar?
Um, that's like a chrome moly vanadium, so that's going to be like more on the stainless end. You see a
Okay.
lot of that in like the mid tech stuff. It's good, like heavy duty steel.
Yeah.
But the 80 CRV is a high carbon, and then it's mixed with a little bit of chrome and a little bit of vanadium. I think I'm pretty sure CR is chrome.
Yeah, it's kind of
And
interesting that like I always thought that like I don't know that knives needed to be like super hard, right? But there actually needs to be a balance of hardness and softness. Like one of my favorite, and yes, I am a Cold Steel fanboy, guys. Sorry. Uh,
so my school.
yeah, like I love, and
This might
apparently,
go to like a cold steel show. We try to
hell,
make that
dude,
not happen.
Cold Steel is the shit. And apparently, they just sold their entire company. So it
I
was
know.
yeah, procured by someone else. So I'm hoping they don't change anything. And I just sold like all my Cold Steel knives. I was like, no,
Yeah.
not all of
Mm,
them, but a bunch of them. Like I had a Raja
hindsight.
one, I had a Black Talon one. I had like shit from like the '90s and like like I'll never get again.
No,
Uh,
you won't. Those people aren't going to sell them again.
yeah, no. Let me grab this. Actually, I have a question. Oh, so that's what I was gonna say. So because I'm like a total Cold Steel fanboy, so this we've talked about this before. This is the Black Talon.
That's a
The
nasty little one.
Yeah, this is pretty fierce. That blade. Now it's a flat grind, so I'm sure like I couldn't like baton with it really well, but I mean,
You'd get through, man. No
yeah,
problem.
yeah. So like the black so this is the Black Talon 2. The Black Talon 1 was the Sanmai 3 steel.
Right.
But apparently what they have with the Sanmai 3 is and correct me, like you likely know way more than this than I do, but it's just what I've understood
Yeah.
is that the inside is a softer metal, and then it works to a harder edge, or is it backwards? Like, help me understand
Okay, so the inside is um, your hardenable steel
that. Okay.
traditionally. So how this was made in Japan is they would do what was called steel blooming to get their steel. So they'd be little tiny like little puck pancakes of steel. So what they would do is they would elongate that into the cutting edge, and then they would layer that between two layers of iron, soft, unhardenable iron, and forge weld it together. Sanmai is 3 layer. There's also Gomai is 5, and so on and so forth. I don't know Japanese, so I'll stop there. But, yeah, so it's only the center part is the hardenable steel, and then the outer shell absorbs all the shock and keeps it extremely flexible and extremely tough, really.
Wow.
Because that's where toughness comes from, really flexibility. Because if it's so hard that you can't like that nothing scratches it and it's so hard to sharpen that it's going to take an impact and it's going to break.
Yeah.
So yeah, like you were saying before, you want that nice balance between hardness and softness.
Gotcha. Okay. So how do you achieve that with like the type of forging that you're doing? Is it kind of like just by experience and doing it? Do you have like, because one of
Well,
the questions I would ask
yeah,
is
go ahead.
actually let me go ahead and go back real quick. Let me put this on the side. Aaron Merritt, I invited you to come on as a guest, so you will come on as a guest, and I would be glad to bring you on. And I have no shame in having a conversation because the shit that you're talking about is fucking ridiculous. Okay, and I have absolutely no shame in
You
having that
guys are
conversation.
police. I'm not a police.
This guy's a fucking joke, though.
No, well, he's obviously got something going on in his life that he's got to do this. Whatever. It's fine.
Yeah. Like to have an almost 20 comment conversation developing this thing about how we're federal agents and we're like holding people like against their will to make like come on, dude. Like you're ruining my stream. Guys, how about this? Show Mr. Aaron Merritt, who served in Iraqi freedom, some love. Okay. Sorry. So Jackal, please go ahead.
Nah, man, it's all good. So really, if you can learn like a specific heat treat regimen that's been like tested, and you know that it's going to work for your type of steel, then that's probably like the best way to do it. Actually, like figuring out the formulas and like either experimenting on your own or seeking out the knowledge from more experienced people. But a good way to just like do it as you're learning on the fly. So you can just heat the entire piece of work, the blade or whatever, until so you're gonna get between like cherry red and kind of like a really bright orange yellow, depending on the steel. But what
Kind
matters
of like
is
when you run a suppressor way too hot on full auto, and it
yes,
turns like glowing.
yes. See, that's what we like to call the steel's critical temperature. You're
Okay.
you're making that steel want to move, and
Nice.
you're making it want to restructure itself once you're able to control the cooling, which is the quench. So you're regardless of your kind of steel, you're gonna want to heat it up till like this shadow in the steel goes away, and it'll be very obvious. You might not be able to like understand by just saying it, but when you see it, you know exactly what it is.
Yeah.
So once that shadow goes away, you want to, I don't know, give it, depends on the thickness really. Give it, I don't know, 5, 10, maybe even 15 minutes of
Wow.
just being at that temperature with no shadow. And then another way, um, I've seen other guys, they take a magnet. So once the steel reaches its critical temperature, it will lose its magnetic quality in the iron. I have no idea how that works. Real cool though.
Really?
Yeah. So that's another way. If you can't like see the shadow, like if you're working outside in a coal forge, you can't. It's hard to see the shadow in direct sunlight. So you
Yeah.
can take a magnet, and if the magnet sticks, it still needs heat. But if the magnet doesn't stick, then it's ready to go into the quench. And what you do from there, you quench the thing in oil, preferably. Some steels you can quench in water, but you really got to know what you're doing. So I wouldn't recommend it.
Yeah, I've
It's
seen a
cool.
lot of that. It seems like oil is used mostly, some type of oil, like room
Yeah,
temperature
there.
oil.
Well, you actually you want to heat it up a little bit. You want to heat the oil up just a little bit until it starts to smoke, so that way when the like super critical hot knife goes into the oil, it's not going into cold oil and it won't sputter and erupt. It's more of like a safety thing,
Mm,
and a flare up consideration. I think I haven't really done two, one in cold, one in the hot, to see if it really makes a difference on hardness. It might,
yeah.
um, but yeah. So oil is definitely most common.
Mm,
Um, even way back in the old days, people think they just used water because of what little they know about Japanese sword making. But yeah, people would use like oil, animal fat oil, olive oil. I mean,
yeah.
you
Does
can
it
use you. Hmm,
does it like so what I'm thinking is like the type of like I don't know, so water, I don't think it would like actually quench the metal, right? Like so I think of like if you pour water on a table,
right.
it's going to eventually dry up, right? If you pour the same amount in fluid ounces of olive oil on the table, it's going to stick around
Yeah,
for
the viscosity. Right.
viscosity. That's the word I was looking for. Yeah.
Yeah. So so when you're doing water,
Mm-hmm.
you have to heat it up. It has to be pretty much close to boiling, and it has to be
Okay.
salt water too. I'm not quite sure how
Really?
much salt. Yeah, it's got to be salt water. I've read in some old like sword making stuff that I think the Japanese used to do salt, and I think they usually like put ash as well as some sort of like, I don't know, insulator, or maybe it added carbon or something. I can't remember. I'm not too good with retaining stuff, so I like to write things down.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, so if you're going to use water, it's got to be some sort of salt water, and it's got to be pretty close to boiling. And even if you do it, you're probably going to crack a blade anyway.
Damn.
Yeah,
So hold on one second.
it's. Oh yeah, no, go ahead.
Our
Oh
troll's
wow,
back.
chat blew up.
Our troll's back. So okay, is it more likely that our entire channel is an organization of federal agents that are holding people captive, or is it more likely that someone had a lapse of judgment and asked someone a question like, "Bro, chill out. Okay, I told you I'll have you on. Chill the fuck out." Damn. Sorry. Okay.
No, it's cool, man. It's
It's
all
like
good.
out of 1,000
You can
people,
scroll through the chat.
we got one person, because you're saying that we're federal agents holding Dugan Ashley, Pacone, and CRS Firearms like against their will to make streams. Dude, I'm not gonna ban him. I'm not gonna like halt his speech. But
It also kind of acknowledges them,
yeah, like
you know. Like, oh,
banning
they
him.
banned me. I must be saying something right.
I know you're right, DH. Sorry. Um, yeah, no, I'm not gonna ban him. That goes against my core values. Got them on a deal. Eat a dick, dude. Either listen to what the fuck we're talking about or leave. I said I'd have you on, so chill the fuck out. That's the last moment of attention you're gonna get from me. Okay. My apologies.
Oh
Okay.
no, man, it's all good. It's all good. You can't get
Yeah.
upset about it.
Okay. So
So Apache Wolf said, I've even used transmission fluid. Totally. I've heard of that as well. I think that's like super common with gunsmiths too. But again,
really.
I'm not. Yeah, yeah, for like little springs and such. I don't know. I've heard about it though.
So
Yeah,
is
ATF
transmission
fluid,
fluid
automatic
only?
transmission fluid.
Is it like
What was that, bud?
oily?
Yeah, it's kind of like a thin oil consistency. It's like either red or like goldish yellow.
Gotcha.
I want to say it's like red, but it could also be goldish yellow.
Yeah, I can't remember. I remember if red is leaking from your vehicle, that's a problem.
Right. Yes.
Really,
That means stop.
yeah, like blue and green is okay.
Yeah.
It's red. Um, yeah, I should get some mods. That's a good point. Um, okay, so do you by any chance have any of your work around or any of those knives?
Yeah.
Or
Totally.
do you want to
Let's
wait
take a look.
to you want to wait to do it? Do you want to do it now? Because I'm excited to
Nah, we
see.
can do it now. Yeah, dude. Let's do it now.
Okay, cool. So guys, these are the blades that he's been working on for a minute. Like these were literally letter bomb. I'll make you a mod within the next 24 hours because I love you.
Hold on, you're gonna look at the ceiling.
Yeah, so these were literally like blanks. Like you never would have like what they are now and what they were then. I was tempted to go back through and download all the pictures from our conversations and do like a screen share so people see what they were and what they are and like the journey they've been through because that's what's most I guess exciting to me. for anyone out there that's like a builder or makes things, like the inception of something is so remarkable. So the process is like what I fall in love with myself.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, definitely the transformation is the fun part, right? Like
Yeah,
getting
for
the
sure.
journey. Okay, so we'll take a look at the Boogle first. So hopefully this works. You can actually like see something. Oh, there's good light. There's the razzle dazzle camo.
Yeah, tell them about the camo.
So yeah, if like anybody's unfamiliar with history, they used to do this on like World War One and early World War Two battleships to like not like actually camouflage the ship, but to like misdirect where exactly they were range wise, what direction they were actually going. I mean, because in naval combat, it's all about who's got the bigger guns. So
Yeah.
you're in range, you don't want to be in range.
Yeah, whoever's got the distance.
Yeah, so I thought it would be kind of fitting for the Boogle to have it because it's like you never really know which way it's going to go, do you? So it's
Yeah.
best just to
And that's
you got some.
what was that? You said cherry wood that
Yeah,
you
it's charred cherry. Yeah,
nice.
yeah. So I just like take a small torch or a small concentrated fire. You can use a candle too if you don't have like a little pencil torch or something.
Take it back a little bit from the camera, like a little bit. Let me see. Okay, so let it sit there for a second.
Yeah, go
If
ahead.
it focuses on it. Angle it slightly down, and
Down.
then
Now
okay,
it's more
maybe
shiny.
the other way. Yeah. So you guys may not be able to tell, but it looks like a little like flower in there.
Yeah,
You can
it's a little
probably can't
flower.
even tell. Yeah, and yeah, so you can see
A
like a
bit.
bit of cherry and a bit of like torch. Like it's dope. It's dope, and it's called the Boogle. So maybe our boy talking about Boogles will win that one. Uh, and
Yeah, so there's that guy.
the other side is stamped with DLD with flowers on it, right?
What does this one have? I think this one's the leaves. The
Leaves. Okay,
leaves.
cool.
Hidden amongst the leaves. If anybody
Nice.
gets that reference,
Hell yeah.
I'll send you a knife.
Hidden amongst well, I'll let someone else. Dude,
That's
that's
upside down, but whatever. Yeah,
yeah.
so I actually like found out that I didn't have a G stamp for my alphabet ones. So like the G for the Boogle and for the light cleaver are like a C with like this weird period of ellipsis like swooping down from them. So it's
Hey, that's
definitely a
all
one of a
right.
kind thing.
That's all right. I'll take it, whatever. Yeah, the hibiscus. We have the cranberry hibiscus flower is our typical. Like that's our normal. Um, that's actually from Light's garden. He has cranberry hibiscus flowers for Elevator Bear.
Yeah, I
Right.
thought it would be fitting to throw the flower mosaic in there for you guys.
Oh hell yeah, it's gorgeous. All right. Oh, the dark claw. So tell them kind of how you came to like why. So you heard me talking about my
Oh yeah,
Gary
yeah.
Wood.
So yeah, you were just talking. I think it was one of your driving Park with Dark. Park with Dark. I like that.
Yeah, the Park with Dark.
Uh, yeah, it was either one of your Park with Darks or something, and you were talking about how you figured out that your EDC knife wasn't legal, and
Yeah,
like I was just like, well, you have a kid and like a family. That's not too smart there, bud. So
yeah, yeah. And so I literally had no idea. I had no idea.
yeah, yeah. So I was just like, I'm gonna make this for him, and you had mentioned that you like to like rock it clinch pick style. So I did the nice reverse grip for you. Nice nice nose job maker right there.
Dude, that's like a skull cracking comb right there. That thing is nasty. And
Yeah,
it's
nice.
in rose gold with
I can't see
snake.
the
What
color.
is it? Snake.
Yeah, it's called Snakeskin Micarta.
Nice.
So it's we can't see it now, but yeah, it's got this weird like Python pattern at first, and then when you work it down, it's got this very cool snake scale, come on, organic kind of finish to it. It looks really cool. Well,
That's
in
sick.
person it looks really cool. Now it just looks like a blur.
Maybe we can afterwards we'll share some things. Um, sorry, the chat's distracting me. Maybe we
Damn,
can
chat is blowing up.
point them to your
Oh, right,
Instagram,
yeah. So
your new store too.
yeah, like I don't really have like a store or anything because like I don't really care about money.
Yeah,
I know people like money, but yeah, so Blue Sticks, if you just like want to hit me up or something, um, we can talk about it. I'll make you something. Uh,
yeah. Oh yeah,
but
dude.
yeah, I don't really have like a shop right now. Been like working on other things. Oh, Sport Brand got it. Nice.
Oh, dang. Hey, Sport Brand. He's he's an OG. And he's actually doing some things behind the scenes to help with the channel too. So he's a good dude.
Yeah, man.
Oh yeah.
Sport Brand, you're the shit.
And Blue Sticks is asking where can we buy your knives, so we'll get to that for you, Blue Sticks. All right, and what about the
Right.
light cleaver?
Let's hold on one more time. Going looking at the ceiling.
Yeah, you're good.
There we go.
Dude, this thing is badass. That is so dope. Man, you could use that pommel as like a secondary weapon as well. That thing's nasty. I see you, man. You're using the noodle.
Oh
That
yeah,
is
yeah.
dope.
Nice kitchen utility tool in beautiful Battleship blue or
Nice.
Battleship gray. Yeah, Battleship gray. That's what it's called.
It definitely
Like
has
light blue
like a tinge of
tints.
bluish gray like that, like the battleship color though.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
saw
Check the
that
Instagram
Instagram
stuff. The
post.
better pictures in there.
Yeah, I saw your Instagram post where you were literally cutting like tomatoes and celery and stuff with it. I was like, "Oh, dude, that's so sick."
Yeah, I figured that would
Um,
be an appropriate test, especially for the little kitchen cleaver.
Yeah, for sure. What's the rough weight of it?
Um,
I couldn't tell through the pictures. It's
Hold on. Yeah,
hard to tell.
it's lighter than a loaded 1911 magazine.
Okay,
That's what I got.
that's a good that's a good indicator. That's too funny.
That's what I got.
Okay, so
And then I got one more. Or no, go ahead with your question. Yeah, or
no,
go
no,
ahead.
go ahead. Yeah,
Are you sure? I'm not
yeah,
meaning
yeah,
to.
no, you're good.
All right, for sure. And then this is one that I made for Dugan. Hopefully he's not like imprisoned because I'd like him to go fishing and use this like sweet little bird and trout knife I made out of a file.
Oh, dude, that curl at the bottom is
Oh
sick. I
yeah,
don't
you like that?
know before.
Oop, there we go. Boom.
That's
Yeah,
dope.
that's called a blacksmith's flourish or a squirrel tail. It's jumping around like a damn squirrel.
That's dope, bro.
But yeah, so like this guy used to be pointy, but so I was experimenting with the heat treat with this because I wasn't quite sure on, all the formulas for the W1 or the W2. So I heated it up too much. Apparently, got a little bit of grain growth in there. That's when the steel sits like at critical temperature or above critical temperature for too long. The little tiny grains of steel, what make up this like the blade, um, they start to actually expand and like push each other apart. So it
Damn.
makes the knife brittle. So yeah, so it cracked. So then I just reprofiled it, heated it back up, quenched the edge, and then ran a small propane torch over the spine to what's called blue backet.
Okay.
That's where you bring the spine up to a light blue, bright blue spring temper. So that lets the edge be hard enough to retain its cutting ability and be sharpened over and over again, or well, not need to be sharpened over and over again, rather. And
Yeah.
then it allows the rest of the body and spine of the knife to be soft to absorb impacts or whatever. Fishing in the
Nice.
creek, it drops, hits a rock, won't break, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
That's dope.
thank you.
And there's one other you mentioned that's specifically for Dugan that he could use to work on his um, homesteading. Do you have that one around?
Yeah. Actually, give me 2 seconds and I will go grab it.
All right,
Actually, I'll
cool.
just go down to the shop and we'll do it in the shop. Keep them occupied, Dark.
Yeah, man. I'll keep it.
Thanks, buddy.
Yeah, so when I first saw these, they were literally like just blanks, rusted, all like rough and rugged. So seeing like where they were before and where they are now is crazy. Let me see if I can pull up pictures on his Instagram too. Oh yeah, here he goes. Yeah. Hopefully y'all can. Oh shit. That's the Dark Mavis Claw with the Boogle underneath of it, with the camo, and then the light cleaver above it. I like how we integrated our names with them. The the Dark Mavis Claw. Oh shit! Here we go. So the Dark Mavis Claw is the snakeskin micarta with the rose gold, and um, the light cleaver is the battleship gray with the uh, gunstock grips, and the Boogle has the cherry wood with the camo. Um, guys, just leave it alone, please. And honestly, like if this dude really did just post his address, obviously he's extremely careless. And please do not do anything. We do not condone doing anything
Whatever.
at all. Like, yeah, that's terrible. Base
Oh,
Gucci,
damn. Base Gucci.
what's up?
Fuck. Nice.
Which third one system? The one with the camo? Yeah, guys, please don't do anything. I feel bad for this guy. Wang Hole, what's up, TM? Barbie. I'm gonna guess that Barbie is not a Barbie. Oh man, this is unfortunate. Anyway, okay, so yeah,
All right. Yeah. So here we go. Right.
yeah, man.
So this is still pretty much just the rough profile. Um, going to be a nice little compound edge, chopper, kind of a chisel up top there.
Hell yeah,
Yeah, pretty much be able to do anything with a little bit of flair. And then,
that's dope.
and I think this is what we'll call the pine cone toothpick.
Oh hell yeah. Oh that and that like I guess pommel is
Oh
what you
yeah, yeah,
there. That's pretty sick.
that little skull cracker back there. Yeah,
Yeah, And would that technically be a spear point?
Yeah, that's going to be a spear point.
Okay.
So yeah, when you see those two, obviously like arches, they're convex or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a spear point. They don't have to be both ends don't have to be sharpened for it to be a spear point.
Yeah, usually the back is like
So
kind of like beveled, but not necessarily.
yeah,
Okay.
they call it like a swedge. So it's not quite an a sharpened edge, but it's close, right?
Yeah, dude, that's pretty impressive. How long have you been doing this?
Thanks, man. Um, let's see. I've been just forging for probably just over a year and a half now, but making like stock removal and like kind of messing around with the cold forge for like maybe like 2 years.
Okay, so in 2 years, you've been able to pump out knives like that. That's pretty
Yeah,
impressive.
here's one. Like this is what should happen when like you heat treat it right. It should bend like that,
Damn.
right? And it shouldn't shatter. It should bend like that. That's good.
So in those cold steel videos where they do the pipe like you did and bring it down and it finally snaps, that means
Yeah.
it wasn't heat treated correctly, right?
Well, I don't know, man. Past 90 degrees is pretty intense. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Here's a little Persian fighter kind of boot knife thing.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah, that's a mean one. It's like
How are you currently cutting them out of the steel?
oh, so like this one and the other one, um, those were all forged to finish. So you make all the shapes under heat. So
Okay.
so steel at critical temperature will move just like clay at room temperature.
Really?
So if you're hitting that steel and it doesn't move, you need to get it hotter because it should move just like clay when it's at its critical temperature. You can get it to do whatever you want.
Damn, that's pretty nuts. Well, I guess that's how you get shit like the squirrel tail and
Yeah, yeah. Like
like
this
that.
bar, this is like the kind of stuff that I use, like the stock that I use. Sometimes thinner than this.
Damn.
Um,
And did you
oh,
purchase that, or is that like did you scrap it, or like?
yeah. So I purchased that. That is like clean, like regular, regulated, like formula steel.
Hell yeah.
Using that, from the onset that there's not going to be any stress fractures or like little rust pockets or any like use deformities in the steel. Um,
Yeah.
that can happen a lot when you're just scrapping, right? Because you don't know the history of the item that you're using. Uh,
Yeah.
so it's just both ways are good to learn. But if you don't, if you get demoralized quick, definitely like buy the steel. Know what you're
Yeah.
working with.
Yeah. It seems like this is something just like anything else where usually you have to be very comfortable with failure for a little
Yeah,
while and
yeah,
learning from failure.
yeah.
That's
Yeah, exactly. You got to learn to learn from failure.
yeah. That's what
Learn to like to learn. There you go.
yeah. I've heard a lot of people, man, they're not comfortable with failing, right? They think
100%.
failure is like the end as opposed to a lesson. So if you do
Yeah,
get into this or to other things, then the most important thing you can do is become comfortable with
is
discomfort
fail.
and yeah, failing as frequently as you possibly can because when you're failing, that means that you're learning, you're
You're
working
learning.
towards.
Yeah, exactly.
Hell yeah.
Um,
Oh, did you
if you're
find
afraid to
that?
fail, then yeah, you're never going to get anywhere.
Yeah, yeah. Um, did you find the rebar site?
Oh yeah, It's right here too. So this was just something like I hammered out in about 2 hours because I needed something to clear like Russian weed.
Damn, dude. 2 hours and you knock that out of rebar?
Yeah, yeah, and it's got that like down and dirty like edge quench with the blue back on it. So it's it's heated and it's quenched and hard, but you know, you didn't have to take the time to go through the, you know, regular formula to make it nice and strong and tough.
Yeah. Hell yeah. That's awesome. What hold on.
Let me just show them your axe so far.
Oh hell yeah. Because I haven't seen it since we showed me
Oh,
version.
nice. Okay.
Thank you, Sport Brand, by the way.
I gotta make that like line. That's why I drew that line. I gotta heat it up again and make the edge there straight. But when you're pulling the metal around, it's tricky to go back and forth straightening and
Damn, dude, that
stretching.
thing's gonna
So
be sick.
yeah, it should
Tell
be a
'em
mean mother.
Blue Stick said Jackal's ready to reap some souls. What
Oh,
tell them what the rest of the battle axe is gonna look like.
oh, you know what? I'll show you a little bit. Well, it's hard to see it now, but yeah. So it's going to be a solid twisted rebar with a nice like fawn's leg bend and a couple of olive wood accents on it.
Dude,
It's going to be sick.
dude, that's incredible. Armitage said, Jackal, do you do custom orders? I need some Tinnerman washers of a particular inner and outer diameter. I don't know if that's referring to.
I don't think I can help you out there, bud.
Yeah,
Sorry.
if it's for your
Let's see.
bicycle.
Is that for a bicycle pump?
Yeah, right. Okay, so some questions I think a lot of the people here would have would be, what do you need to get started? Like, what are the musts?
Let's see. Like you need a decent hammer for sure. Um, Honestly, like you can use just like a regular Harbor Freight anvil for like a long time before you're gonna need to like get a new anvil because your skill level is like at the point where the anvil is actually like causing you problems because it's not really flat, it's not a good hardness and all that stuff. And realistically, you can just like use a rock, like a hard enough rock, like
Really?
you can fucking work iron and steel on a rock.
Damn, that's
it's
crazy.
it's crazy, and it goes back to that like critical temperature thing. Like if the steel doesn't move, put it back in the heat. Like because when it's critical, it'll move just like clay. You only need something to provide enough like resistance and pressure to squish it pretty much to squish it where you want to go.
Well, we got a super chat, and then we'll continue. The goddamn
Another
bacon sent another 223.
nice.
Favorite weapon that you've made, or favorite weapon that you want to?
I love like kukris.
Hell yeah!
I
Hell yeah!
love kukris. But lately I've been like really wanting to make like a short halberd kind of a thing. Here, I'm gonna move around again and show you guys some more stuff.
I don't think I'm familiar with what a halberd is.
Oh, so it's like a old European pole arm where like one face is an axe, one face is like a hook, and the top is like a spear. But the hook face can also be like a hammer face, or there's many different variations of it. But it's like it was kind of like a do-it-all pole arm for European knights back in like the 16 and 1500s.
Damn.
So I really wanted to make like a kind of like a tomahawk version of that, like kind of
Okay.
like bring it into the modern age.
That'd be pretty sick.
But yeah, it would be like crazy amount of work. But
So Joe K said, I've seen some guys in Nepal use an old sledgehammer head as an anvil.
100%. Yeah, I was going to get to that. Like 100%. Yep.
That's what's up.
Yeah, you make like you go ahead and make like a little seating cup or something out of wood and like bury that thing. Man, that's good. You're good as gold for a lot of stuff. Yeah, sledgehammers are great. I was thinking about putting together a little bit of a presentation for one of the channels about like making like a super minimalist like forging setup, you know, just like what can you do with a sledgehammer head anvil, like another like ball peen hammer or like a cross peen hammer from the hardware store, a tank of map gas, and like an angle grinder if you want to get fancy. Like, because you can do a lot of work on an angle grinder, like a lot of good work.
Dude, that's actually a lot less than I thought you would need to like start something like that. I thought you would need like way more equipment and whatnot.
Well, I mean, like you can build on that, no problem. And like you probably should if you want to like continue to do it more than once. But hell, you can build an earthen forge like out of sticks and mud and clay.
Really?
And a hole in the ground. And as long as you can control how much like oxygen and fuel you can pump into that fire, and you know you can get it hot enough, then yeah, that's all you need.
Damn. So really, you could use a fucking grill if
People do that. Oh yeah, there's a lot of there's a lot of people out there making awesome stuff with nothing more than a simple like a Coleman or whatever, those little barbecues, those little like patio barbecues. Just sit that in the ground, so in case it melts, you know, it's still viable, and you carve out a little pathway for the air. You work it, you learn how to work it efficiently, and that's all you need.
Damn.
Well, and you know, you kind of gotta like not get discouraged when you fail, also, because that's gonna happen.
Well, I feel like if you do fail, you got to keep those things as like trophies. Like,
oh yeah, 100%.
Trophies of accomplishment of failure.
1 second.
Yeah. Yeah, Sport Brand, you're like on a whole nother level, brother. Wow. Hey, Sport Brand. Sorry, I was reading something from Sport Brand. Um, Guys, show Sport Brand some love, man. He's doing a lot more for the channel than y'all know. And whoa, hey, Aaron, we don't use racial slurs here. I've allowed you to continue in this chat this entire time. So now that you've used a racial slur, I think I'm gonna have to put you in a timeout, my friend.
Yeah, there's no call for being rude.
Nope. We don't do that. Okay. So What are some of your best trophies that you can
Oh,
you can
here we
show?
go. Yeah.
And you can totally. I know I'm like asking you questions, too, but you can like, totally take this any direction that you want to.
Nah, this is cool, man. This is good. Let's see. Oh, this is a good one. So like this is one of the first knives I made. It's out of like some sort of 10 series steel. But like I
Yeah.
don't know if you can see it or not, but like the scales are like cracked and like the grain is going the wrong way.
Oh, I didn't even
So
realize that.
well, yeah, bad camera because it's pretty obvious. But yeah, and like everything's uneven. There's not like a flat surface
That's a
like on
good
this knife.
polish to it, though, dude. Did you polish?
Thanks, man. Yeah,
Yeah,
hell yeah.
that's a healthy ass polish,
Sometimes
bro.
you gotta polish those turds, man. You learn a lot from doing that.
Hell yeah.
A little bit of the
A little
spine jimping.
crimping. Yeah.
Yeah, but like this thing's terrible. Like technically it's terrible. Is it hard and sharp and straight? Yeah, totally. But it's
Yeah.
awful. Let's see, that's a cracked one.
Man, I gotta do it. I know we're only at 45, but
Oh yeah, dude, crack it up.
I'm gonna crack a blue Kim light for your boy Aaron. You know, he put a lot of work into this. He published his
Yes,
address.
letter bomb.
You know, so for respect to Aaron, who has a lot of spare time on his hands, I'm going to leave this one on for you, brother. All right, what other trophies you got?
Let's see. This is okay. This is the first like big knife that I like ever forged like to the finish, and like kind of like a weird like fur trader era kind of a thing.
Bro, that's
But
it.
like it's pretty much just like a like a bar of steel, like a blank bar of steel that I like put bevels on.
You know what's crazy though? So hold the side profile up
Oh
for
yeah,
a
yeah.
second again.
Here we go, getting the light here.
So it kind of has like that like Spartan style guard like over
Yeah,
your.
from the Copus. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's pretty dope. It also
Yeah, it's made out of wood.
kind of looks like a dick from the side.
Here you go. That's where the
But
power
that,
comes from.
yeah,
Dick-shaped knife. That was like a huge thing. Like for real. Look up bollock daggers.
really,
Oh, dog.
that's crazy.
Yeah, bollock daggers, like the English word for like slang word for balls. Like yeah,
Yeah,
so like the pommel is like the nuts, and then the whole like knife is the the fucking cock.
yeah, that's
It's
crazy. Yeah,
like
because that's
it's
what they
fucking
say.
hilarious.
They
It was
say
like a thing.
that's bollocks, right? Hey, here's what I'll tell you. Um, because this has just been filled with constant interruptions, interrupting a viewer of our community that's spending time, energy, and money on something for us. What I'm going to do is I'm going to stick around at the end. Actually, no, I'm not. I'm going to start a new stream after this and explain the whole situation. And Homeboy's going to feel he'll have an interesting evening. Like I said, no shame. Dark has no shame. Okay, sorry. So,
Nah,
what
dog.
other
It's all good.
trophies do you have?
Let's see.
Of
This one
course.
is like really. I like the handle on it. That's pretty much the only thing I like.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah, it's a real nice piece of wood. Too bad I like hate it.
That's sick, though, man.
There's
What's
like
the blade look like?
that. It's like a weird kind of a barong thing, like a East Indies East Indies machete sort of a thing,
Yeah,
but like on a
kind of
super
like
tiny scale.
I'm trying to think.
Let's
There's
see.
there's a couple. I can't think of the
Good.
name of them, but whatever that the shape of that tip, they have like the bolo machete is kind of similar.
Exactly. Yeah, it's got that like kind of like bulby end to it. Oh, here is a folding knife I tried to make. It's like I can't open it. It's too tight. Like once you rivet them down, like that's it. There's no there's no going back. So
So
like
those are
it's
some. So hold on. So those are rivets? I thought they're like pins.
oh well yeah, they're pins and they're rivets. Like rivets can be pins if they're domed over, or pins can be rivets if they're domed over.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So like on a production knife, that's all like glued together, right? So they just stick pins in it because you're supposed to buy another one later when it falls apart.
Gotcha.
Let's see. Well, this is a cool one. Went a little too far with the fuller on this one.
Dang. That's a class one weight reduction right there.
Yeah, there you go. Slim fast.
Damn, bro.
Yeah, so I went a little too crazy on the fuller there. Went all the way through it. Cool, cool little guy though.
Yeah, that's pretty sick. What kind of wood is that? Is that olive?
Mosaic.
Oh, that's
I think
dope.
this is like tiger wood,
Okay.
like a scrap of tiger wood. Oh yeah, nice. That came out really good.
That little like mosaic flower is sick.
Thanks, man. Yeah, that's take time to do. Or you can just buy them, but I like to make them.
Yeah.
See, ooh, here's
We got that for you. This one's
couple
for
of
you,
rebar
brother.
knives.
Real quick.
Have I
Joe
made a
K.
punch dagger before? No, I have not.
Thank you, Joe, for the super
Oh, go
chat.
ahead, Doug. Sorry.
No, I just wanted to thank him. I appreciate you, brother.
Oh yeah, yeah, man. Thanks, thank you. That's super awesome because DLD is the shit.
Thank you. So you said you
No, I
have
have not made a punch dagger yet. I've like really been wanting to, but I have not actually done it yet.
that would be
Have a lot of like haphazard sketches of them, but never actually done one yet. It's on the list though, for sure.
you know
Those
what I
things are
would
sweet.
you know what I would love to see, and just for like a concept, okay? So you have like a crazy mind where like all the shit like for the battle axe and all that shit, like, I mean, we're working together like through the process, but like he's really like it lives in his mind. Like, dude is awesome.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
having the mental image, that's how you get things done because you know the end goal. Even if you don't know how you're going to do it, you know where you're going.
yeah. And if you land anywhere remotely close to that at the end, you're solid.
Solid,
Uh,
man. You know, like
Here's an idea though for a punch dagger, okay? And Joe, this could be, something that you may be interested in. So, what I'm thinking of is, have you ever seen the Benchmade punch dagger?
yeah.
It's like a spear point, but the grip is. I'm pretty sure the grip is like solid metal.
Yeah, most of them are. Yeah, most of them are like complete.
Yeah.
Can't
So
remember the
I
name.
was thinking or it's like not solid metal. It's like kind of like a boat shape, hollow, and then it's like full thing,
Oh yeah, yeah.
right? And then it
Yeah,
has
it's
like
all
a
like
long,
skeletonized, right?
yeah, it has like a long spear point, yeah, rubber dipped, yeah, it's pretty sick. So here's what I was thinking: if you were to make a punch dagger, is there a way to make one where you have the blade? Let's say it's something like, because when punch daggers get too big, it kind of takes the efficient. They're less effective if they're too big
Exactly.
because there's
Just
so
like with
much.
karambas.
Exactly, because there's like the leverage can work against you, right? You can only grip it like so hard. If it goes in the other direction, you know, the leverage can work against you. You could be less effective. So, for an idea or a concept, if there was a blade and then you had, I almost have to draw this shit out. So, if you had
It always helps to draw it out.
like a clip point or something, and then you
Mm.
had all this material like thin, like let's say like maybe 6 millimeters of handle coming down, but it like literally was in the shape of a like perfect shape for your fist to grab, and it was just like spiraled all the way, like you know what I'm saying? So it's one continuous piece, but like it's all
Yeah.
spiraled up, and it's got like the finger grooves in it, and then
Yeah,
it
it's got like a knuckle duster too.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's some World War One like fucking trench dagger shit.
Hell
That's
yeah.
badass. Yeah, like the Dudley or something. It was like a brass knuckles with like a spike.
Oh, really? I don't. Oh, are you talking about like the original old school trench knife?
Um, no, not like the U.S. trench knife. It was like it was a thing that was made for British troops. That they weren't like issued it, but they could buy it. I think it's like I can't remember the Dudley or something like that. I don't know. Don't retain stuff too well.
Damn, that's that's what's up. Though I've seen a lot of like spiked. What do you call them? Like spiked dusters or whatever. And then of course you got like the old school trench knife. You know, from the U.S. like World War One, World
Yeah,
War
the
II. The
yeah
things are
1918 or something like that.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Blue Stick said he wants some brass knuckles. Could you do something like that?
Probably, but there are like a bunch of other people that like they just make brass knuckles and they're like good at it and they're cheap.
Oh, word. Yeah, I could picture like forging them could be a little laborious for the.
Yeah, yeah, and plus, like, even if I make it, like, I'd have to know, like, your hand to make it
Mm,
look good. And but yeah, people pump them out. Like, just take a little time to check it out. You'll find some good people making them for sure.
yeah. So you just have to come and grab the glowing steel. Well,
Yeah, yeah.
if you've ever seen that movie Volcano, where the dude melts in the magma, that is exactly what would happen. First, the Nikes go up, and then they just like sinks into the magma. Oh, that's great. Zopov, I rock something similar to. I'll show you all some dusters I have before we go tonight. I also, dude, I started rocking the hot sauce, the Palm OC spray, bro. So the type of work that my oh, dude, that's too funny. Hold on, let me move my Scorpion Evo with the binary trigger.
Now
I got
that's less lethal.
yeah, yeah. I mean, Duster, you're actually probably cracking noggins.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
got,
you're gonna fuck somebody's day up with that thing.
yeah, I got one a single knuckle duster that's a
Nice.
skull. It's brass and it's a skull. It's got kind of like a comb on the bottom, and you know, single
Nice.
finger through it, but the top is literally a point. And I'm just like, oh man, I would just feel terrible to stretch someone out with one of those.
Yeah, not fun for them. Not really fun
Recommendation,
for you.
please. Zopov. So this is the Palm OC, which, funny enough, is actually what Jackal literally just held up. So this is like $12, and this is 50 states legal, except DC, of course, just outlawed
It's
it.
not even a state,
Yeah, it's not
so
even a
that's how they get
state.
around that.
Yeah, I know they're
We don't need
dirtbags.
laws. We're not a state. Leave us alone.
Yeah. So this you could literally rock in a pocket. There's no way to set it off. Oh, I'm just kidding. There's no way to set it off because like the way that the safety lever works is you actually got to lift it up and go in there, and I mean you got to have a very deliberate push, and the front where the little
Yeah, the
nozzle.
little lip.
Yep, you got a little like lip to index on, and
Yeah,
you
that's like the best thing.
hell yeah, and you can rotate the clip to where like for me, I want the clip right to where my thumb is going to be, so I know right where the front is, and I could bless somebody with the hot sauce. And this is literally like $12. It's Palm POM stands for peace of mind OC spray, and they
Yeah,
don't
Joe K got it in the chat.
oh nice.
POM. Yeah.
Beautiful. Awesome. Yeah, I think it's kind of like a play on words because like it fits
Yeah.
with palm and it's palm peace of mind. And so the line of work that my brother's in, he runs into large events. He runs large events of people where a lot of them are intoxicated and pomegranate
For
defense.
sure.
And he's had to bless several people with hot sauce, and he's had to use the saber. He's had to use the palm. He's had to use several different kinds, and he says that hands down, the palm OC is like within 5-6 seconds. Like at first, they'll kind of like act like they're shocked, like what's going on, and the first thing they do is they
Just wipe it in.
yeah, it's like, dude, no, just strobe.
They wipe it right in.
Just strobe and start fighting. And just
Yep.
to throw this out there, if you guys do end up in any situation where you're, hit with any type of OC spray, strobe. Don't rub your eyes because all you're gonna do is just like increase your blessedness by 1,000%, and just strobe. The only way you're gonna be able to see is if you strobe, and yeah, good luck. Spicy air is less intrusive and dangerous than going hands-on, for sure. I've been carrying. So I'm 34. I've been carrying with a permit since I was 21, and I have not carried less than lethal except for the last. Like my brother got this for me around Christmas, so I just started carrying less than lethal, and
nice.
The restrictions and I'd highly recommend, anyone, if you're carrying a firearm and you're carrying a knife and you're carrying an extra magazine, like there's no reason not to carry this. And
like
I know
that, a flashlight.
Yeah, flashlight.
Some throw money. Like, here's $20, fuck off. Like, that shit works, man. You don't want to shoot people.
Yeah, I didn't block you, dude. Clearly, I was playing around. Okay. Oh my God, bless America. Okay, I said, is it a possibility that somebody made an error in bad judgment, meaning that an individual that would say that wouldn't be incriminating himself, yet would be possibly even admitting to it at the same time, because the idea that we're all federal agents like making people do videos is absolutely ridiculous. But please, just like, bro, stop doing this to yourself. Like, I'm concerned for you. I don't think he can read. Am I being too cryptic? Am I being too cryptic? So. Yeah. So bear mace, there are restrictions on exact like percentage of oleocapsicum resin or whatever. Yeah, there's like
so you gotta be careful with that.
Yeah. So John Rice said bear mace is weaker than people mace sometimes. But
yeah, that depends. Yeah. Just same with people mace though,
Yeah, you gotta actually look at what it is.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Works Chuck Haggard. Yes. Chuck Haggard on OC spray. Yes. The legendary lawman, Marshall Chuck Haggard. Listen to what he has to say. He's very smart.
Look up the work that Chuck Haggard has been. Yeah, no, I actually haven't looked into that.
Yeah. Chuck Haggard's the man. Yeah. It's always nice to have something between a harsh word and a gun. He's a very big advocate of pepper spray, fuck off 20s, lights, like anything less than lethal. Like
Yeah, like
anything you can do before you have to fucking canoe, dude.
yeah,
Like try it. Like exploit
especially
all your options.
yeah, if you're you could literally neutralize the situation like way before it gets to a certain point.
Yeah.
If the majority of us likely carry firearms, right? So I have a rule that if I walk out the threshold of my bedroom, I'm carrying my carry gun, which is my 43X,
Oh,
and I
nice.
got an extra magazine, so I got 31 rounds. I will never leave
Shit.
my house without a pocket knife of some sort, and now one of my rules is less than lethal, and I got the blue glowy stripe for it. Yeah.
Yeah, I just got a new one, so I went with like the high vis green because they had that one in stock.
Well, someone said,
Hmm.
"Oh, good question, Armitage. How much stuff on your gun belt before it's a
Oh,
utility belt?" Yeah,
nice.
very
Yeah,
good
good
question.
question.
What's too much? What are your thoughts on that, Jackal?
So, honestly, like you don't have to rock everything on your belt. Like you have pockets and like ankles and lots of different options. So I would say like your gun, your emergency reload if you want one, a multi-tool, and like the rest of that shit, designate a pocket and like prioritize it accordingly. I mean, that's
Yeah,
what I like to do. I mean, I'm nobody like special. So like I like
dude.
to carry an ankle rig for my medical kit. Um, I like to carry mag like a couple of reloads because I have my little Makarov, so I can fit two mags pretty easily. And I like to
Nice.
keep two more in another pocket, flashlight in one pocket, pepper spray in another,
So you
knife
actually
in the back
EDC at
pocket.
Makarov?
Yeah, fuck yeah. Or it's either the Makarov or the 1911. Yeah, I'm a hammer fired single stack guy.
Hell yeah, man. That's awesome. That's what's up.
Yeah, I love that
Um,
Makarov. It'll do everything you need it to do.
dude, Makarovs are the shit, man. And a lot of people sleep on the 9x18 cartridge.
It's
Uh,
great.
Dude, I fucking okay, so the utility belt question. So
Yeah,
what
for
I
sure.
found is that like going through dozens of belts, gun belts and holsters and carry guns and carrying 17s and 19s and 26s and SIGs and like J frames, Caltex, like all this, and then I got the Glock 42, and then I stumbled across the yeah, Joe, uh, Lone Wolf made a 9x18 barrel for the Glock 42, and
Yep.
in that same prototype run, I got a threaded barrel for the Glock 42, so I can run a cam on that
Ooh,
thing, and it is like
nice.
super duper quiet. Like it's stupid quiet.
I'll
These
bet.
things are running like 900 feet per second. It's just like pa-chung, 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 pa-chung. Um, oh, so what I was
Yeah,
saying is
that's dope.
you got to find like what works for you, what works like, in your everyday, like what are you going to be wearing? What cover garments are you going to have? And just make a decision on what things like you will not make an exception on. So like I don't carry medical on my person. It's in the car in the bag. I likely should. A lot of people do carry medical on their person. What I
Seconds
have,
count, but if you can't bear the space, you know.
yeah, yeah. Like if I had, like I run into issues like I carry this thing with me more than anything else. This is with me
Yeah,
more
for sure.
than my handgun.
Yeah,
But
it should be.
only carry a subcompact on my belt. Yeah, I mean, my idea behind carrying a second magazine is your first one could take a shit, right? Like it's not just
Right,
about
exactly.
like,
Yeah.
yeah, like yeah, it's good to have the 31 rounds, but if your first 16, shit the bed, like just like Clint Smith says, like you're short. So that's my kind of thought process behind the spare magazine. Um, I also think everyone should have a long gun in their car, or accessible to them. For me, it's my vehicle, and if you can, throw plates in there, throw a couple cases of water, throw whatever you can get away with, man, without like compromising on your everyday life. Yep, nunchucks, swords. Do they make a vape holster? Funny enough, I've actually seen like literal belt holsters for vapes because I don't know if y'all know, like these things used to be like this big, like you used to be able to hide it, like tuck it in like my suit jacket pocket super easy. And then now they're like, a quarter pound, half a pound, and they're like massive. Like even if you just listen to this thing, like this thing is sizzling. So yeah, I have everything in my truck. Yeah, I feel you, but like, you mean like everything in your truck? You can't leave. You gotta have something on your person.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, something in rifle caliber for sure in the vehicle or whatever. Um, P3AT, dude, all the literally when
Gotcha.
I in my last trucks aren't holsters, hell yes. In my last job where I was at for 5 years, and then prior to that, I was at another company for 7 years. So that's 12 years where I literally carried probably about 10 years out of the 12 years. I carried a um, Keltec P3AT, the same one for the entire time, and it's still running. It's still in my
That's awesome.
collection, and those things are a beast. But you got to realize your limitations, right? So I knew that I only had 7 rounds on my right side, and I had another 6 rounds on my left side, like an extra magazine. And the only purpose of that gun was to fight my way to another gun. And then the only purpose of that gun was to fight my way to my car. And if I fight my way to my car, then everyone's fucked. Uh, if it was a bad situation, like I would never, do anything crazy. But yeah, so what else you wanna touch on? I feel like we got a little distracted, and I
Nah, man, this was cool.
talk about that. That's my
No, I
bad.
like how it goes all over the place. It's all good.
Yeah, that is kind of part of our thing. Like we're like
Yeah,
today we're gonna
totally.
talk about water, and then 10 minutes later we're like talking about energetics and all sorts of crazy shit.
Yeah, well, we're all just dudes hanging out. Like that's
I
that's what
know.
happens.
That's the thing. Like the thing that I'll never do is turn into like any of the bullshit that you see with like most gun tubers. Like
Hmm.
I don't want to throw people under the bus, but like you guys know the main people that
Yeah,
are,
you can.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. I'll leave that one there. But so what else can you tell us about your craft, your skill?
Shit, I don't know. What do you guys want to know?
If I were to guess, I would say that it's probably peaceful to work on metal and knives. Is probably a good release. It's probably a distressor.
Oh yeah,
And we talked about the black pill a lot on our program, but the
definitely.
benefits that I see to doing something like this, I love you too, TM. the benefits I see to doing something like this are the activity of it itself is freeing your mind. You're doing something that is, giving you the ability to, earn slave coins. You're there's just a lot of benefits I see with it. But let me stop. I want to hear it from you. So
Yeah, I mean, like I have PTSD, so it's it is good. Like it's a wonderful way to work out like any sort of stress, any sort of like trauma, or even like anxiety, and like even for fear, because trying something new and getting over that initial block of fear that stops you from doing stuff in those moments where you're not in your forebrain, you're back in your reptile brain.
yeah,
So doing something with your hands, making sure that you're breathing, making sure that you're focused on like the moment right now is super. It's fantastic. You,
yeah,
you can't you can't really pay somebody for that. I mean, you can, but it's it's different, right?
yeah.
Uh,
The sport brand said you
but
got Popeye's arms.
Popeye's arms, not quite, but soon enough. Yeah, keep eating my spinach through my pipe. I'll get them.
Right? That's too funny.
That's the key. That's the key. If you guys want to like get like swolled up, you got to eat through a pipe. Apparently, because that's how Popeye did
Yes.
it.
Let me address something Bacon
Sure,
said.
sure.
Bacon said, honestly, I don't like the philosophy, excuse me, of fighting to get your way to or to get to something else. You're either ready for a fight or you're not, as far as I'm concerned. Now, I do agree with that. The challenge that I had is that I was in at the time a super professional setting where it's like a suit or you're not coming in, and you're really limited. Like I tried a bunch of different stuff, like carrying like inside the waistband, tried tuckable holsters, tried like you could sit in a chair with arm rests, and your jacket catches on that, and whoop, you just like flashed your piece to everyone in a conference
Yeah,
room.
you're done.
Yeah,
Like no one's gonna hire you after that.
yeah. Or like, and it was like really filled with the majority, like the people that like I was running companies with were a little bit more cool with firearms and more conservative, and like in that world, like we know that right and left is fake, right? But at that time, I was unaware. So those people, like the small group of people, it was okay. The majority of people that I'm around, like over 100 people all the time, if someone thinks you have a firearm on you, like it is like that's like evil to them.
Yeah,
So
right. Yeah. You're one of those bad people that has the guns and
yeah,
murders people, right? I hear that in the news. Guns
yeah,
murder people on their own.
yeah, by themselves. They go off randomly. That's
Yeah,
why.
it's an epidemic.
Yeah, yeah. It's almost like we should have a Q-tip test for firearm ownership, invented by the Rothschilds. So I watched Aaron's videos, and Dark should address his allegations. I'm happy to. Dude, I said that I would have this fool on. I don't have a problem with that. Hold on, what did I miss? Uh,
Ooh, yeah. Joe K brings up the new Filster Enigma. Yeah, for office stuff and like anything where like you're light collar or you have to wear like a suit and you want to carry a gun and nobody sees it. Those things are crazy. I have one. It's like in a pile
what is it
because
called?
it's like
I'm looking
it's
through
called the
the comments.
Filster Enigma.
Oh, I
They
see it.
just came out. They just came out with a light bearing version as well. I don't know if it's I don't know if those are like ready to go, but yeah, it's a very, very cool system.
Dude, yeah, I'm gonna check that out. I mean, obviously, like I'm not wearing a suit now, like
Well, yeah, but
luckily.
sometimes you have to, right?
Yeah. No, for sure. Bacon, I feel you. Like a lot of people are like, I'm good. I got a rifle in the car. Well, how you gonna get there? What if you're like,
Right.
there's so many different things. Like when I first started carrying, I wouldn't carry around in the chamber because I thought that it would explode by itself, right?
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
There was like a solid week where I was like, oh, like it's like a ticking time bomb. And then
Right.
yeah, and then obviously you get more comfortable with that. And I actually ended up in an altercation with a guy. I was in a fight, and I was fist fighting the guy. I was armed, but his buddy jumped behind me and like
Oh shit.
bear hugged me, wrapped
That's how
around
fights happen.
wrapped his legs around my waist and just dead weighted,
Fuck.
and I just fell back, and literally all I had was like movement of this arm from like here to here, and the other dude was trying to stomp me, and I was like, dude, like I think my only option now is like to draw, like what if I didn't have one in the chamber at that point. Now
Yeah, exactly.
I got out of it and all that, hit up his ribs really badly with several elbows, but you know I don't know.
That's what elbows are for.
Yeah, there's just so many different like reasons why to prepare yourself, why
Yeah,
to
be
carry
prepared.
around the chamber. Yeah, you may only have one arm. You may only
Yeah,
have access to your knife to be able to get access to your gun or whatever the situation may be. Who knows?
right. Yeah, and then you have to think about it like critically. Like, if a person does carry around in the chamber, and this very same, very all the time scenario, realistically, happens to that person, then great. You've just gotten stomped, and you've just given two shitbags your gun.
Yep, yep,
So be responsible. Carry a loaded gun.
yep, absolutely. Yeah, dude, it's cray.
And yeah,
Um,
and for a lot of people, that have that very same mindset, because they're uncomfortable with the gun, go for a revolver.
yeah,
Boom, problem
like
solved.
a J-frame Centennial. That
J-frame, auto loading cartridge with those moon clips or something, man.
True
Hard to
that.
beat.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Let's see. Adidas tracksuit is my go-to.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Then if that is your shit, then check out that Enigma because no one will know you have it.
LCR, dude. So I LCR 9 millimeter. That's I haven't really messed with the LCRs. I do have an LCP, which I will say that what's his name, John Correa.
Mm.
It's the best acronym for the LCP. It stands for Little Crappy Pistol, bro. I It's like exactly what it is. But dude, I'll tell you, aside from the bullets
Uh,
actually like diving into the dirt after 50 yards, like it's a good defense gun for what it is. What's a good
yeah.
song?
Let's not be rude to John either. He's he does good work. He does what he does.
Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah, like I I I know.
He puts a lot of like real information out there. So
Yeah, dude, I'm
that
sub to
helps. That helps people.
Yeah, I'm sub to John Correa. I honestly I get a lot of great information from him, and you know what? What no one can say like anything negative about him is that dude is consistent. Like every single video, you know what
Yeah.
he's going to say. Like that, like habit tells a lot about a man, and I respect him for sure. Nobody knows about the Ruger SR9C. Yeah, it's a good gun.
SR9C. Oh, yeah, that thing is a sleeper.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, that and what's that? Dang, I can't remember. But there's like some older Smith and Wesson autoloader that like you can get for real cheap, and I think it's got magazine compatibility with another like more popular gun. That's
Which
another
one are you
good
talking
sleeper
about?
gun. I can't remember. It's like some Smith and Wesson, I think. It's not the Shield. It's something else. It doesn't matter, I guess.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
But yeah, it's a decent gun for like cheap.
Good luck, America. All right, we hit the 2 hour mark, y'all.
Oh wow, that's awesome.
See how fast 2 hours goes, bro? It's crazy. Post yeah, the bodyguard kind of came and went though. I was surprised by that because like the Smith and Wesson bodyguard, they had the
Yeah, that might have been it. Yeah, that little laser thing. Yeah.
Yeah, not the Whitney Houston movie, guys. Kevin Costner.
Kevin Costner and Whitney Houston.
Yeah. I don't trust the kind of person
Nice.
who becomes a preacher as a career choice. I get it. I mean, just respect the hustle, man. And they're good
Oh
people.
yeah. Somebody put it in the chat. SBDE9. Sorry, bro. Sorry to interrupt you.
No, you're good. The SD9 VE or whatever it is, those were good guns. That they actually. So I don't know if you guys ever watched the first 48. So back like way back in the day when the first 48 like first started to take off as a TV show, I saw this investigation and the dude had like thrown his gun or something like that. And when they were interrogating somebody, the dude had said he had a gray 40 cal. And they were
Okay.
like, sounds like he's like bullshitting, like weird tip, right? So they go to the spot that he said the dude ditched the gun, and they go, and it's a gray frame and a stainless brushed chrome slide. And I fell in love with that combination. So I took at that point my Glock 32, which this is forever ago, like a decade ago. It's the 357 SIG size in a 19 size, basically.
For sure.
And then I got it Duracoated gray, and I sent the slide to Ford's Custom Gun Refinishing to get it completely brushed chrome. And I know we're on live stream, so I can show a full unit, but nothing says that I can't show a slide.
That's right. That's just a paperweight.
I know, right? I know you appreciate metal work, so you see the difference between the flats and the rounds on top, how it's kind of like frosty.
Yeah.
So it's
that's cool. It's like bead blast.
Yeah, like polished flats with like matte rounds, and even in the serrations.
Oh wow! Yeah, totally.
Yeah,
nice.
A little
nice.
Punisher skull to match. But dude, it's gorgeous, man. I ended up getting rid of that, and then I just did the same thing to the 19, but I didn't get the frame grayed out. But did the same thing to my Keltec P3AT.
Nice.
Yeah, man. Okay, so have you ever made any swords?
No. Like I started one. It's here. I'll show you to you. I'll never fucking finish it though. I mean, maybe I will, but
now that you said that, you definitely gonna finish it.
Hold on. There we go.
Damn, a crisp blade sword.
Yeah, weird flamberge short sword. Flamberge means flame or something in some funny European language. Cast the guard out of copper, reclaimed copper wire.
What?
Like a flower. Yeah.
That's
then I'm
copper.
out of frame. There we go. Yeah, this is the frame is the guard is copper. Yeah, solid copper.
Wow, dude, that is crazy.
Like some weird, just weird kind of kidney bean grip. No pommel yet, but yeah, like I said, haven't finished it yet.
Dude, that's pretty dope.
Thanks, man. Yeah, that guy. And then the other biggest one I made was It's like kind of like a real small short sword kind of a thing.
Oh, nice.
Kind of a
Kind of like
Falcata Copus hybrid.
yeah, like if a parang and a Nepalese kukri had a baby, that's like
Pretty close, yeah.
yeah, that's got a pretty dope belly on that thing.
Oh yeah, it's mean.
Hold on.
It definitely chops. Yeah, I like that recurve because it's that mechanical assistance that really helps. Like I'm a small guy, so mechanical advantage is awesome for me.
For sure, dude. Especially for like pull cuts for the belly. Like, let me go back. I saw someone ask a question.
Oh yeah, damn. I gotta hit the chat up more.
Let
It's
me
weird being
see.
on this end.
Yeah, isn't it? Isn't it? I remember the first time I hopped on CRS's stream. It was crazy. Like, someone said, "Oh, ask Jackal when he can make a blade that glows blue when the bad." Okay, damn. So I actually thought you had a legitimate question. Blue sticks. That's a question. Can you
That's
make
a
a
legitimate question. That's
yeah?
a legitimate question.
Can you make a
Uh,
blue ice pick?
so I can I actually have contracted Chronicon Defense to make something just up your alley for that.
If you could
It's
make
gonna be a glow stick typed. It's gonna be a glow stick with like razor blades taped to it.
bro, if you could make a like forge out of steel, like a glow stick or like Kimlight shaped handle with like a like 1 inch point on that thing. Oh, dude, that would be nasty. This is my go-to. We'll call it an ice pick.
Oh,
It's
nice.
OTF,
Yeah,
uh,
dude.
and that
Just
thing
fucking
is pretty gnarly.
thing will take down some replicants real quick.
Yeah.
Just one shot back of the spine. They're done. They,
We got
you know.
more conspiracy theories. You don't seem like a blacksmith.
The replicant thing.
I don't know. Kim Light Glassbreaker. Oh, okay, that's a good idea. I like that. Tritium though. Oh, that's a lot of tritium, bro.
Oh, Aaron, I'm not a blacksmith. Yeah, you're right about that. I'm a bladesmith. So
Oh, that's true.
congratulations.
Yeah, that's different. So what are the differences? What are the differences between the two?
Well, a blacksmith generally works iron, right, to make either tools or just like things, like whatever.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, like anything really. Anything that was made out of metal, blacksmith made it.
So is it mostly iron or could it be
Yeah,
any metal?
yeah, it's generally iron. Yeah, iron workers are blacksmiths for the most part. Yeah,
So this may
and then
be
people who make horseshoes, they're called farriers. That's a type of blacksmithing, but they
okay.
just do horseshoes.
That's interesting. I didn't even know that. Farrier.
Yes, farrier.
I think
I
I've
don't know
heard
how
that
it's
term.
spelled. It's like Ferrier something. I don't know. Like I said, I'm dumb. Do you have any scars or fuck ups on your hands? Yeah, kind of, but they heal real quick. Like, so I'm like real blessed with that. Like, I smashed my fingers though a bunch, and like cut like the inside of my hands like a bunch, like, and that sucks.
Yeah.
But then after that, you learn not to sharpen the knife until you're done.
Oh shit. Yeah, true that. So what are some like tips for people that want to get started? Because I have had some people, you know, mention that they want to get into forging, you know, making blades and for like black market business.
Oh
And
yeah, 100%.
what are some like I don't know. I guess like when I think of like getting into
Like some
something,
starters.
yeah, starters, but also like not only things to do, but like things to avoid.
Things to avoid. Okay.
Shit, spilled my juice.
Things to avoid. Start small, right? Like things to avoid would be like getting in over your head, like trying to make a sword or like an axe head, or like it's time consuming, and the technique is really what's important rather than just harder smash better.
Yeah.
um, and let's see, another thing to be wary of is, I guess, like quality of tools, right? I think that goes with everything, though.
Yeah.
If you're going to invest in something to make money on, invest in some good tools. If you can't right now, that's fine, but at least like try to, try to, like, if you have to go to the hardware store and pull hammers off the shelf, hey man, that's what I did when I first got started. Um, but like, you know, don't go with the cheapest thing, because the steel and how the hammer is hardened, or how well the hammer is hardened, I should say, makes a difference. Um, don't uh, don't work too fast. Don't be afraid to be patient, and go slow, and like step back and walk away sometimes. If
Yeah.
you can't figure something out, sometimes it's the appropriate thing. If you can't figure it out, just push through it and you'll get through. But a lot of times, uh, when you can't figure something out, it's time to step back and reassess things.
Yeah.
And yeah, don't be afraid to fail. Don't be afraid to try. Like,
Yeah.
especially in like this perfect polished social media banner of the world.
Like
I mean,
fake
that,
ass version of the world.
yeah, fake ass version of the world. Yeah, like, exactly. Um, so yeah, I mean, that's good stuff to like avoid, I guess.
Yeah. Are there any, when you mention good quality tools, are there any like specific brands, or are you just saying like just not like cheap ass
um,
Walmart tools?
yeah, I mean, like if you're really gonna go for like a single brand or place to like get like good high quality stuff, Blacksmith Depot. They're it's also called Kane and Sons Blacksmith Depot. It's the same thing. They're a family run shop. Um, they do good quality control. They don't let stuff out of the shop that is crap. It's
Yeah.
it's a little bit more like, for their tongs, they make the tongs there. So I think that's really
Damn.
cool. Like, because,
That,
like, yeah, and that would be a good example of blacksmithing skills. But for a bladesmith to be able to make his own tongs, and like make their own tooling, things um, like just thickness gauges,
like the shit that you would
screw
need
pullers.
for
Yeah,
work.
exactly. Yeah, if you don't have a tool, you got to make the tool.
Yeah.
And in making the tool, you learn good lessons that are applicable in other places.
Well, there's nothing more gratifying like that. That's one element that we didn't
Oh
discuss is
yeah.
like there's nothing more gratifying than literally bringing like creating something, bringing it into the world, and then being able to use it. Like, bro, that's incredible.
Yeah, I mean, like that scythe or the little sickle that I made. I mean, that was so fulfilling, just to clear, some brush. But
Yeah.
just to be like, I could do this you know, with these little clippers that I have, where I could go spend an hour or two and actually make something that'll get this job done way quicker. And then in the future, I can give it to Dugan.
Yeah. Yeah. And we are so right now. What the plan is to the hunter with the camo is going to be the knife that we're putting in the giveaway, which I think that's actually coming up. We're saying on the 15th, so we're only a few days away. And Scythe is going to Dugan. I think you froze, Jackal. You still there? The Soul Sickle. Jackal, you still there, brother? Hold on 1 second, y'all. He may have just lost service. Yeah, he just lost service. He'll be back on. Dude, I think like for something that you could use as like a black market business, a side hustle while we still have rule of law, like making your own cutlery, there's just something that's so satisfying about that to me.
Oh, I'm back. Awesome.
There you go.
Hey. Sorry about that. I don't know what happened.
No, that's cool. I was just
pressed a button.
I was just saying how like it's got to be so gratifying to be able to to have something that you make, bring it into the world, and use it as an actual tool. Like that's dope.
Yeah, being I don't know. I mean, it's definitely like the closest thing like a man can get to giving birth, I guess. You know,
Yeah.
so like to have something just in your mind and bring it into the world. I mean, to use and like to be and live. It's like making a fire. It's awesome.
Hell yeah. It's like the one of the things that I could compare it to is, now granted, like building ARs from parts that somebody else forged and made, like it's different, right?
Hey,
But
it's building. It's
yeah,
definitely hard.
still building. One of my a couple of my friends, we would do, one of my things was like every quarter, every 3 months, we would do contest basically, where we would do like a Gucci Glock build, right? And then whoever won got bragging rights. We didn't get anything. One time we did an ultralight AR build, and the person with the lightest AR won. And I've mentioned it on the stream a couple times. And basically, I in my mind like saw this AR like before I even bought one part, and it came together over the course of 3 months, and it was sick. And right now it's in at 3.9 pounds, so it's under 4 pounds, and that's just like crazy. Like every part that I could, I made it titanium. Every without going
Damn.
too ridiculous. Like
right.
the pins, the trigger pins, the grip screw, the screw on the battle arms development stock, the muzzle brake, the gas block, like all of that shit's titanium. The bolt catch, the pins on the receiver, all that shit's titanium, just to cut as much weight as possible. And then I looked at like every single possible thing online that was like a list of the factory weight of like pistol grips, hand guards, blah blah blah. And it was cool because like it existed in my mind before it existed in real life, and now it's here. So I get that. I could definitely feel that gratification.
Yeah.
So, well, anything?
Yeah, but I also wanted to say, like, I didn't want to interrupt you this time, but like all those people that like, rag on people that like build ARs and like the Glocks and stuff, like, oh, it's just like Legos. You're like, anybody can do that. Like, they probably can't do that.
Yeah.
Like, oversimplifying like something is a very obvious mask.
Yeah. I think like
because like if you don't know how it works, how can you build it? Right?
Yeah.
Or if you don't think you know how it works.
Oh, my bad.
Go ahead.
I think when most people talk about building, like let's say ARs, because everyone's like, "Oh, ARs are the Legos of the gun world," and like you said, like that's not entirely true. It is more simple than pulling
Yes.
and punching rivets on an AK, right? But you
I
know,
couldn't even imagine how to do that.
oh, dude, I
Like
got a
what
couple.
piece goes where, right? Like for me
Yeah,
at least.
and you got long rivets and short rivets and shouldered rivets and like shit that's like you know just like like that's too much for me. Yeah, I can't do that. Plus, I don't have the machinery to do that. But
Yeah,
no,
it pays to have a hydraulic press.
yeah, for sure, for sure. So I think when people talk about building, I think they like buy an upper and a lower
Hmm.
and put them together, and they think that's literally like building an AR. They don't, assemble the upper. They don't, torque
Right.
down the barrel nut. They don't, properly line up
Right.
the gas system and tune it with the buffer. And like, there's so many things that you have to do when building an AR. It's not just like slapping parts together. Like, you really, truly gotta know what you're doing. So
Yeah,
yeah, you
you
assemble
have to, or else you're making a little bomb or something. It's not gonna
it.
function right.
Yeah,
And
yep.
when it functions wrong, that's that can be catastrophic.
Yeah, for sure. That's like slipping a 300 blackout in a 5.56.
Ooh,
Um, yeah, no, that's a good point. They said you don't build an AR, you assemble it. That's so true.
for sure.
It's assembly. Like it's puzzle
Hmm.
pieces, right? The only difference is, as opposed to putting the puzzle piece in the inversion, you're actually punching roll pins and you know. Um, one thing like P80s though, I would say that's building, like, because you're actually, though it's more simple than some, or
Well,
the 80%
you're not
1911.
carving the whole thing out, but yeah.
Yeah, yeah. It's just different levels of building
Yeah,
from
different.
piece bacon.
Well, bye, Bacon.
Later, brother.
It's awesome having you in chat. Have a nice night.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna add some mods. Even though we're usually like around like 50 people or so, it's advantageous that way because I feel like I kind of cheated you because of some of the distractions.
Nah,
All
man,
right.
it's all good.
So, anything else you want to hit on before we wrap up, brother?
Um, oh, I guess I'm definitely trying to start up like
Oh yeah,
more
yeah.
of like a online like presence and stuff. Like I've started maybe another Instagram channel or page or whatever they call it. And
Hmm.
I'm gonna try to get on like D Live and YouTube and shit so we can like, you know, kind of like expand on all the stuff that we talk about here, right? Like actual like getting down to like self-sufficiency at like the starter level, right? Because it's a huge daunting task. Everybody's got a family, everybody's got shit that they need to do. Everybody's got a full plate these days. Like Dugan said in, the boogery videos, all the rest days are gone.
Yeah,
Like it's time to work.
yeah,
Like so it's a hard thing to overcome alone. But if we can do it, together, we can fail together. And in doing so, we can all learn together. So I kind of want to, do like uh, planting food, like planting trees, kind of like a starter blacksmith thing, kind of do like how to's on like solar stills, regular stills, you
right.
know, the stuff like, you guys you guys don't have time for, because it's like you can't you're not making this your full-time job. You have jobs and families and stuff. And I mean, I appreciate it as much as like everybody else in chat. Like obviously
Yeah,
we all fucking love what you guys are doing,
I
but
appreciate that.
it can't be just something that we all see on the TV and be like, oh, one day maybe me. Like today's that day. Like,
Yeah.
and and if we start small, step by step, we'll all get there. And that's the point.
Yeah, I think like once this becomes entertainment and we don't take any action on making sure that like we're seeking true independence, which is
Right.
breaking off from the system of water, food, of shelter, security. Like
Yeah.
it, it's it's important that you guys don't take this as entertainment. And I know like we've talked about the black pill thing, like it's easy to sit back and be like, well, shit sucks right now. So, like
Yeah.
guys, I've not really like shared this, but like people have hit me up like a lot, being like, damn, with the state of the world the way that it is, shouldn't I just like eat my shotgun? And that's
For
like
sure.
how low people are.
Yeah,
So
that's a consideration now. Like people
yeah,
like myself, like I don't have like very high stance on suicide. That shit's crossed my mind recently. Like, so I mean everybody else is going through the same thing. If you're alone on your couch, sitting there, being like, man, nobody knows what I'm going through. Like I'm all alone in this. You're totally not. Like you have no idea the community that's around you.
well,
So
dude, you are way too special of a motherfucker to, you know. Now, I'll say too that there's something called the call of the void. Um, yes, Armitage,
indeed.
it can be entertainment and informational, right? So there
Yeah,
has to be
yeah,
like a
yeah.
balance of both, right? Because if everything that we only talked about was all like instructional shit that like, you know, here's how to solder a copper tube to a stainless steel cup to boil
Right.
what, like it's not going to be fun. Like we wouldn't enjoy it as
No.
much, and like y'all definitely wouldn't enjoy it as much. So yes, there has to be a balance of entertainment and informational, but there has to be like people taking action to get off the government tit, to get out of the operating system that is money, to focus on getting your own source for water, for food, for like all the things that we
Yeah.
talk
Like
about.
all that's provided for us already. We just have to remember it and we just have to step by step get back to it.
Yeah. And we're all somewhere on that journey, right? Like I made
Exactly.
changes last year to, go to a different place in my life to, move out of a highly densely populated area to, be on like a quiet street, right? And just that move itself has made an impact on my life. Now, I don't have a homestead. I don't have like, acreage and a fucking farm and livestock and shit, right? So like, I don't know. I'm
Yeah,
up to that point
I'm in a
when
very similar situation. Like I don't have land. I don't have livestock. I don't have a farm. I don't have trees. Like I gotta I've got family like deep in the system that like I gotta somehow figure out like
yeah.
get them ready and like help y'all get ready too.
Well, what I've seen, man, is like in the 60 days that we've brought on 1,000 subs, like this has been pretty fucking cool. And I've seen more community here, like what you're doing with the knives, like other people sending stuff in for like the
Hell yeah,
the care
man.
package, and you know, people like hitting us up saying like, dude, like the videos and the live streams, like fill my time and it gives me more positive shit to focus on, and it's helping me achieve independence. Like that's the shit that we want to hear. So, we appreciate all you guys.
Yeah, for real. Like this is what makes it.
Yeah.
Like it's not about,
Dude, I've
just being
had
like,
fucking
yeah.
friends. Sorry, I've had fucking friends come on this bitch, and if you don't think that Light and Dugan and CRS and all these people like know me and who the fuck I am, like you're tripping. Like, dude, Give it a rest. I've already given you the information that you are asking for. You just don't realize it. I know dark better than I know you. You said
Yeah,
not, not.
is this still going on? Like, please don't be rude to each other. That's not
I
like
know. Literally, look at my last comment.
for
Uh,
real.
where is it? Be nice to each other. Like, come
Like
on, dude.
if you guys have like a conflicting opinion, like talk about it like fucking adults, please.
I
Like
know, dude. And I honestly, I just totally left it alone. And now it's like, this is just disrespectful to the guest. And, you know, I don't know, like, what you feel like you must achieve, or what you feel like you're doing, or if you feel like you're, you know, avenging something, or I don't know what your goal is, dude, but just do something else. Is I don't know. Anyway, yeah, so back to this, dude. What you do is fucking magic. And the shit that I saw from the pictures that you sent me way back, and it was like, these are the blades that I'm thinking of. I remember seeing them, like, damn, those look dusty as shit. But I think, like, the most, like, incredible thing has been seeing the journey of, like, the beginning, and then the improvement, and then the pictures, and then the, you know, all the way up to the heat stamping, and then the, you know, like, by the way, how the fuck do you do that? Do you hammer it?
oh, yeah,
Do you-
yeah. So okay. Like I actually like you don't need this. And like this was actually like the first like commercial little forge I got. Like it's like I don't know if you fucking see it. It's called fucking like Handy Forge. It's like super small, right? And it runs off of like just a torch with like map gas.
Yeah.
So what I do is I'll stick them in there so I can like really control the heat and only heat up one little spot. And then yeah, I just set these individual there we go. These like individual stamps. Like I lay
Okay.
them out, right? And then smack it with a hammer.
Yeah, that's it. Well, I guess, yeah, if
Yeah,
you said like it heats up to like the point of like room temperature clay, I could see that.
yeah, yeah.
Damn.
And that little thing, because it's so small, it heats stuff up really quick. It was expensive, but it's like it's super cool. So
Damn. That's fucking awesome, dude. Well, I think what you've done over the past 2 years is incredible. So kudos to you. And no
well,
matter
thanks, man.
what happens with the direction of our country and our world and everything that we're going through right now, that skill will always be imperative. So good
Yeah,
for
for
you.
sure. Yeah, I mean it at a certain point in history, it was the defining factor for like high technology. It was like, could you work steel? Can you make it do what you want it to do? 'Cause if not, those other people across the way, they can.
Yeah,
And they're coming for you.
yeah, for sure. No, that's true, man. And that's I would just tell everyone to prepare, and like we always say, be safe, be dangerous, and
Can't stay safe, stay dangerous.
yeah. And honestly, in this like the situation of the black pill man where shit gets dark and depressing, the best thing that you can do is focus on your family, your community, you know, the people around you, contribute to others, like actually have like real care and compassion. Give shit to other people in your community. You know, let go of, you know, material things. It's the best thing you could do. And the fact, like, you're literally demonstrating it right now. You are making knives that did not exist, that now exist, and you're sending it for us to be able to give to, you know, the community. So kudos, man. That's what's up.
Well, like I said, man, I love what you guys are doing. Like I was at a point in my life where it was just like, oh, well, nobody cares because everyone's plugged into the system. So when shit pops off, I guess I'll just worry about myself.
Yeah,
Like,
it's
but
the
apparently
switch.
other people care. So
It's
I'm
the
getting
switch.
back into it.
We all talk about it's the switch, because if you stay in that deep dark place, it's no good. So you got to
No.
wait. Like now, one day the lights go off, the water goes off, your cell phone has that X over the signal, and it's like it appears that it's starting. Switch goes up. So until that day, you gotta care for each other. So. All right, guys. Thank you, man. We appreciate your time, and obviously, Matt, dude, Jackal, we appreciate. Oh, so what is your store? What is your new store name?
Oh,
Shout
oh,
that out.
well, it's not a store. Like like you can't like right now just like buy shit from me.
Yeah.
I definitely like want you all, instead of like buying something from me, go buy a tree, go go buy a fucking like a garden. Go make a garden, plant some trees. We can definitely talk on Instagram though, if like any of you guys in chat want something though.
Oh yeah.
So the Instagram for forging is road the number 2 mastersmith, and it's all like lowercase. And then the DLD supplement channel will is called road the number 2 booger underscore eater underscore carnival. I think it's a super long like obscure name because
Hold on.
we're gonna
I
talk
want to
about like
make
real shit.
sure.
So
I want to make sure I get this correct. Hold on. So I did
no,
show
for sure, man.
Road to Master Smith. Hang on.
Can
Here
I
we go.
chat too?
Yeah.
No, I can't. Oh well.
Road to Booger
Yeah,
underscore.
if you can get to the road to Mastersmith, or if you can get to uh the DLD Instagram page, I've like tagged or put the little @ symbol for DLD on like all the knife posts, so you can like just look up the hashtag DLD and you'll get there that way.
Oh,
Maybe, I don't know. I'm not, like I said, I'm not too good with computers. Hopefully it works like that.
so we got 44 people in here, of which 43 of them are willing to support DLD. So go on the Road to Mastersmith and follow him. He's got a lot of dope shit. He does tests like all the time with like,
Yeah, I get bored with that, so I like to test what I've done.
dude, it's dope, man. I love it. And Road to Booger Eater Carnival is a great playoff of a fallen and not forgotten channel. So
Yeah.
yeah,
A good one too, like for real.
dude, if you're so pressed on this, it seems like you're more worried about illegal activity than anyone else.
No,
So
this is good. No.
I think Aaron Merritt may be a federal agent. Like, come on, dude. Like, quit tripping, bro. Like, no one is
No.
anything.
We're all
Um,
feds. We're all Dugan. I am Spartacus. All that crap.
this is Sparta. All right, guys. I appreciate all y'all. Thank you. I didn't tattoo
Yeah, you
your
guys
face,
were.
bro. Hey, so you guys are already taken into to a dark place, man. I don't want it to go there. Stop it. See, this is how stupid shit becomes real
Yeah.
life. So
Yeah, you guys gotta like let stuff go. I mean, like
yeah,
words only matter if you let them matter. Like
yeah. The
whatever. To take it as you will. I guess it's your life.
the thing that I'm concerned with is that if somebody has so little going on in their life that they can invest this much time into something, then I'd be concerned with you know their well-being. But yeah, no,
You
you're
should
right.
learn to make a knife, man. You fill up your time doing that shit.
Yeah, if
Tons of how-to videos on YouTube.
if you want to say fuck the trolls, and if you still fuck with Dark Light Dugan, then should say fuck off in chat. Because one thing that I'll always stand for is our core beliefs and our core values, which is we're always going to focus on sharing independence, on sharing for how our people can become as free as they possibly can in a world where freedom is being actively stripped from you, willingly given away, and for you to be able to focus on getting your own sources of water, food, shelter, security. So anything else that gets in between that is just a fucking distraction. Okay, okay. So, all right, y'all. Thank
So
all you
if you
guys.
are disabled, then you should totally look into some like programs people do. Like they'll let you like come to their shop for free and shit. It's good therapy, man. Try it. Look it up.
Is there something that you could share that maybe he could get involved with?
No, I don't really know anything offhand. Sorry. I mean I do know of that people do that, and I do know Smiths offer that because there's a lot of Smiths that fucking come back from over there in the fucking GWAT all fucked up, and that's how
Yeah.
they rebuild their fucking lives, man. It's a fucking miracle.
Hell yeah. True that. Well, all y'all, thank you for tuning in, man. We want you guys to be able to get as much information as possible that you can take, and maybe you go take this and start forging fucking knives. Maybe you start, looking for someone in your area that forges knives, and But hopefully you took at least one thing. If not, go back and watch and just find one thing that you can take with you, even if it's Palm OC. Dude, Matt, thank you, brother. And
Dude, thank you, and thank all of you guys. You guys are awesome.
fuck yeah. You guys are the shit. Thank you guys. Love y'all.
All right, have a nice night, everybody.
You too, man. Peace.
Thanks, bud.